It's Friday, Albuquerque. You know what that means? That means TGIF, boys.
Yeah. Teller's great in Friday.
TGIF, hit. Teller's great in Friday. Dang it!
Crushed it.
Dang it!
Well done.
We're at Safehouse, the intersection of Gold and 6th. Come hang out with your boys as we are going to.
If we're gonna go intersection,
right.
Let's lean towards 7th.
Little
Closer to 7th.
All right, so we're at the intersection of 7th and Gold. Come hang with your boys. Doors open at what, like 5 o'clock? Is that right?
Look,
5:30.
for the friend of the show.
When do the doors open?
Knock, knock, baby. I mean, to everyone,
We'll let you in.
to the populace,
We don't care.
to the plebeians, to the you-know-whos.
Yeah, them.
Yeah, 5 o'clock.
The sorry people, right?
Friend of the show, come to the front door, give me a secret knock. And by secret knock, I mean just knock.
Went to Aaron Burnett's coffee shop today. Smoking Goes.
Nice place.
I thought it was really good. It was really nice. I had a lot of fun over there. Isaiah, when's the last time you had coffee or weed?
Coffee. Yeah, coffee. Uh-oh.
Oh. Okay. I feel like when I was 25, my definition of late night is different than the definition Isaiah just gave.
Sure.
Yeah. When I was a kid, I used to work the night shift at the retail at the Target, and I would get off at 10 p.m. and I would be like, "The night is young."
Yeah.
If you asked me to go out now at 10 p.m., it would be a struggle for me to take my Crocs off.
Are you talking about leaving the house at 10 p.m.?
Yeah. Never.
Okay.
Miss me.
I'm getting home sleepy at 10.
It's not the one for me. Also, I told you last night how insignificant, how unspecial, how interruptible it would be, and it was. The NFL preseason game was canceled due to the rain ban. Big shout out to Prize Picks, who did not cancel my Prize Picks, and I was the big winner last night.
Because you smashed less
I smashed
on
less
everything.
On everything.
Man, who's the real champ?
Promo code KNML. What's up with it? 165 or something. Sign him. Oh, so did I, but I ended up winning the double money or whatever.
Okay. 5 out of 60, boy.
He was the one I missed. Also, I was a absolute loser today on Prize Picks.
Bummer.
In France and Germany, because I thought France was going to run away from it, and I took all of their guys for the more.
Ooh.
And then I took everyone on Germany for the less.
Okay, which sport are we talking about?
Basketball.
Oh, basketball. Okay. There's a lot of them. It's the Olympics.
I saw Victor Wembanyama, and I said, he'll be the one.
Mm-hmm.
He's the guy. Was not the guy. The best part of the Olympics starts this weekend.
So fun.
Let's go.
I think it started right now, doesn't it?
I think it started today.
They were running.
I'm really a fan of the 100-meter get it done.
Mm-hmm.
That one.
Yeah, get it over with.
What's the name of the guy that got suspended for weed in Tokyo?
Shikari?
Yeah, I'm into it.
Shikari or Shikari? I'd believe Zay because reasons.
Shikari.
Shikari.
I think it's Sherika, guys.
Shiraki?
Sherika.
What, is she a character on Dune 2?
Damn it, dude, that's a good one. Now, Isaiah, do you want to publicly walk back the way that Logan Paul did misinformation on social media yesterday as it relates to Olympic boxers?
Oh,
so
but
yesterday Logan Paul says, he said, well, no. He said, that's not on you. You didn't know. You have a bad algorithm.
Yeah.
It's not your fault.
you've been fed misinformation, and that's okay.
The same way you were brainwashed as a collegiate athlete, you've been brainwashed with Twitter. So, Logan Paul yesterday, who, by the way, is being sued by the Olympics. I don't know if you guys are aware of that.
Uh-huh.
So he branded Prime Energy drink with Kevin Durant, and he used terms you can't use: Olympian, Olympic,
Yeah.
Team USA,
Yeah.
Bound for Gold,
Mm-hmm.
all those. The only thing you can really safely use is summer games.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that's like
The official drink of Kevin Durant at the Summer Games.
Yes.
Everyone's happy.
We got it. You're in the clear.
Some keywords you can't say.
So he's getting sued by the Olympics. And by the way, they sue everyone. They always win.
Yeah.
Always win. So Logan Paul actually was like, and I'm just going to paraphrase because I don't care to give him another view on Twitter. I don't want Elon knowing that people go to look at that. So he says, this was a crowd fight. Boy, I just watched a guy beat up a gal on TV. I'm Logan Paul.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, so he walked it back this morning. He said, listen, I got some misinformation. I'm sorry, but I still don't like it when men beat up women.
Hey, you know what? Same. Yeah, same. I do not like domestic violence either.
That's not the one?
But that's not the example for the class.
Why did you say domestic?
You can't just, or just strangers.
Any violence. I don't like violence.
Now, hold on, let's see here.
Okay.
There's that one. There's this one. There's the other one. Yeah, dude, me too.
I don't
like any kinds.
Miss me with violence. Also,
I thought you said violins at first. I like a good violin.
Oh, like alto,
every once in a
while.
Mm-hmm. Those are saxes. Yeah, those are saxes. Yeah.
I don't know what I don't know.
There's multiple saxes, but only one
Steve.
trumpet.
So he says today on the internet, he says, hey, sorry I spread some misinformation. Also, if you're about to beating up ladies, forget
Nice try, though.
Stop it. You're about to lose your United States Championship at SummerSlam tomorrow.
Also, in his and his PR team's defense, he knows his audience.
True.
You're going to get right out of this. Yeah.
You know, they scammed all the general.
It's very funny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's very funny. So smart.
I don't know if that was being thrown wrong, but yeah, he's 100% a grifter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he is he's a carny. Yeah, he is a snake oil salesman.
From the school of P.T. Barnum.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of people who are in that school right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people on Zay's algorithm.
100%.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Well, hold on. I don't know if Logan Paul owes anyone money, but he has definitely tricked people out of their money.
For sure. Yeah, there's that.
Yeah. Also, I don't know if Floyd Mayweather owes anyone money, but I know I always listen to 50 Cent. Oh. Dang, he's ducking punches in paydays.
Maybe he should read the writing on the wall. Oh, wait.
He can't.
He can't read.
50 Cent said, Floyd Mayweather, I will give, what was it, $750,000?
Some stupid giant number.
$750,000 to the charity of your choice if you read one page from the Harry Potter book.
It's so funny.
Yeah, that's all. If that's not a book that's so paraphrasingly close.
Yeah. You pull it up if you want. I don't
look the word out. He says, yep, I did.
Mm-hmm.
And 50 Cent says, you're not 50-0 in your career. You're 50-1 to me over this one comment.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best. Oh, it's so
Floyd Mayweather can't, and I don't want to.
Was his one-liner, yes, you can drive me around for 2 years because I just got my license suspended for reckless driving and I'm a piece of trouble.
Oh, man. Piece of trouble? That's what you're going with?
Well, wrong.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He's terrible.
Oh, he's the worst. And it's doubly for me because he got me hook, line, and sinker too. Because when he on the rise of Conor McGregor, I did so charismatic and fun and talk smack. Yeah, we're probably genetically very close. If I keep scrolling down my 23andMe, Conor McGregor will eventually pop up.
If we went to the right bar on the right island north of the continent of Europe, you could pull it wrong.
Yes, absolutely.
100%.
Yeah.
If we took Isaiah to that same island, they would ask us to.
Yeah. If I got henna tattoos exactly like Conor McGregor and I go to an Irish bar, people will fight me.
Isaiah, here's a red flag lesson for you. We also need to sponsor red flag lessons for Isaiah. Do not, anyone who's really into henna tattoos, stay away from them. They are troubled individuals. They are not as happy-go-lucky as they claim to be in the world. They are tormented souls.
And they will take you to an awful music festival.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hey,
music's going to suck. Yeah. for sure.
Whoever you meet that has a henna tattoo and it'll be visible from knuckles up, whoever has that, they're also going to ask you to pull a card from the tarot deck, and you don't do it. You
Don't
run
do it.
the other direction.
Don't do it.
You
Yeah. It's a Ouija board for girls who failed art school.
for girls who can't draw good. That's me. So you also have a guy who's going to say, "Oh yeah, I definitely believe about that." Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Been there.
What 10-year-old girl told you that? That's not.
Well, like if you throw it away and not recycle it, like you're gonna have bad karma. Is that what you're worried about?
Hey, Isaiah's like, listen, I'm not into it. I just avoid them at all costs. Like, I don't subscribe. But if you put me in a room with a Ouija board, I'm basically leaving right away. All right, you got 4 minutes.
The floor is yours, Isaiah.
Congratulations on turning 10.
Mm-hmm.
They don't say that. That's not what they say. They're just pictures. You have the
That's
Star Wars
an upside down Death Star.
He had the,
Oh.
he goes,
Uh-huh.
Well, good thing she.
Who?
Who?
Darth Vader?
Yeah, Alderaan.
Who was it? Senator Palpatine?
Yeah, that's a good question. As soon as she, I lost you for a second, Isaiah. But as soon as she pulled that, I would. Oh, it's like we lost our connection. Oh, that's the worst. Brother, let me know to come outside. That's so funny that happened. Disconnected. Oh, sorry about that.
Hey, welcome back.
So no, it's so funny to me that like you get all worked up all over this. As soon as she pulled that, I would have been like, CP3, no way am I going to listen to this.
Mm-hmm.
There's 0% chance.
There are better things to R2D2 do.
That's a good one. Yeah. We're live at Safehouse. Come hang out with your boys. Lots of Olympic talk. There's really nothing to recap from the football game last night at all. We did get to see the new opening kickoff, whatever. So
sure.
That was kind of the big development from that. Also, we got a fun I-9 varsity today. It's the I-9 varsity of tarot cards. So that's today's I-9 varsity. The I-9 varsity of tarot cards. So get ready for that. Also, I think what I picked the soundbite today because you have done so poorly this week.
That's nowhere close to accurate.
I picked the Isham Dental soundbite today.
Okay.
And I want to come back with it, actually. Isaiah, do you have that thing? Could we do that? So I want to come back with the Isham Dental soundbite of the day because this soundbite is exactly what I have said forever about every single professional athlete that has ever been paid to play a sport. This is completely confirming to all my beliefs, and I'm going to stand on top of the highest mountain and pedestal and tell everyone how correct and righteous I am after you hear it from the horse's mouth.
Okay. I'll take the segment off and grab some Teller vodka.
It's 2 Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610, live from Safehouse, the intersection of Gold and 6. Come hang out with your boys. Knock on the door. Van says the password is pretty please. pretty please.
Just one.
The sports animal.
It's hot.
Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to 2 Men On live from Safehouse Distillery. Come hang out with your boys tonight. We're on till 7, but the party starts in 42 minutes.
In.
It's our Isham Dental soundbite of the day, ishamdentalabq.com. Go over there, check they out. Get that exclusive offer, a free exam and x-ray when you sign up online. Same-day appointments can get you a set of dentures, obviously $50 denture repair, and all forms of insurance, including Medicare A and B. Also, and I've said this before, Scott has probed my mouth before, and I am right now in the commercial break eating pistachios as calm and as comfortable and as confident as I ever have.
You are, and probably not during the segment.
What's that?
Probably
Probably
better for our audio quality. You save it for the commercial break.
What's that?
But you're just so proud of your new teeth, you're willing to just
put it out there
gross
like that.
out. Moist.
505-881-0422.
Moist and the sounds.
Moist
Listen,
chewer.
You can call me moist all day. The second you start calling me weird, though, that's when I overreact. Weird is my new trigger word.
Is it?
Yeah, because of cultural relevance.
You want to go on a rant all night on the toilet?
Yes.
On some kind of social media platform?
Name one.
Let the world know how you feel?
We'll say being weird.
I just randomly grab one out of the air. How about Truth Social?
I don't have an account.
On that one?
Yeah.
I was on there for one day.
I downloaded it.
Just to check the vibes.
I downloaded it to get my name so no one else could.
Smart.
That's my move.
Being called weird has definitely grown to be a very, very powerful insult nowadays.
Towards a certain type of person.
Yeah.
A weird one.
You get called weird, especially by a female. If a female calls you weird, give it up, buddy.
Well, I mean, I embrace it.
Yeah.
Lucky for me, like I only, hook up with weird girls.
I'm the right type of weird, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the type of weird that doesn't adhere to the cultural norm that exists around me. Let me give you one example. No, I don't want your green chili.
Here, that is weird.
Yeah, Fred, you're weird.
Yeah, that is weird. Yeah, that is weird here.
Yeah.
You just triggered half the audience.
Yeah, Fred, what do you mean you don't root for one specific NFL team?
Oh, Zay, we've done the chili thing on this show a lot.
It's gone poorly.
Yeah, every quarter, Fred tries to trigger Burcanos about his disdain for chili.
I know the numbers are coming up, so I try to spike it real heavy.
Is it sweeps week?
That's what. Here's the thing. I don't really hate your dog, but I will tell you I hate your dog because I know you will respond.
And they'll eat it right up like you're doing those pistachios.
They'll go, Fred, that's a little rough. Okay.
It's okay, guys. He's all bark, no bite.
I like that one. All right, so let's woof down our Isham Dental soundbite of the day.
31 now?
29, be 30 this year.
Bro, you still that?
Yeah, when I came in, I was 20.
This dude can still play. I'm sure, you retired early.
Wait, are you retired?
Hell yeah.
No. He can make a comeback. You 29, bro.
Hell no. So I remember when I signed my extension with the Rams, so the agent was breaking it down. They cut you, you be 26 with a lot of money and
45 million.
And that's exactly how that played out. So got cut from Rams. I went to that. It was I done did everything. It didn't really matter if I scored 10 more touchdowns or if I scored 0. It wasn't going to satisfy me no more, for real. So, and then I had a chance to sign with the Ravens, which that's
Wait, the year after? The Atlanta?
Yeah, I grew up a Ravens fan. You feel me? Die hard. Ed Reed, favorite player. When I had to think about it, I was like, oh, yeah, it's over. You know what I'm saying? It really ain't up for discussion.
Now, I will give you boys a chance to guess who that was. I will give you guys a chance. Played for the Rams, went to Atlanta, and had a chance to play for the Ravens. Go ahead and take a guess who that was, Van.
I know his voice because he has an absolutely magical voice.
Okay.
He might be retired from football, but he should not retire for doing interludes on rap records because he's got a beautiful storytelling voice. That's Todd Gurley.
That is correct.
That's Todd Gurley.
Todd Gurley, who I believe is the last player the St. Louis Rams ever drafted, played in L.A. He was the one after Ndamukong Suh, right? So the year after. Yeah. Played in L.A. Obviously went to Atlanta after he got the extension in L.A. $45 million, I think he got guaranteed of a $90 million deal. Got a couple bucks down there in Atlanta. Had a chance to play for the Ravens. Lamar Jackson, his favorite team all time, and he said, "No, I don't.
No, fam.
Yeah, I don't love this thing.
Nah, fam.
That's not my thing." Yeah, so
he is out on this.
It's been it's fun to me whenever athlete says the thing that everyone knows about athlete.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. I should have did the job already. Like I already jobbed to the NFL. I have my pension. I have my millions, and I won't even play for my favorite childhood team.
It also, really quick before you go, Van, it also does highlight that like the way your career goes directly affects how much you want to keep playing and how much you miss it. Because wasn't in the NFL, but I ended playing always hurt, always like in pain, so I don't miss it at all. But if I had ended like at the top of my game, I probably would be itching to get back on the field right now, or trying.
Todd Gurley was the truth there, the best to do it there for a short stint. He had like Terrell Davis vibes. Like he was the best to do it for a short amount of time, and he was smart enough to walk away with his joints intact and his brain not mush. Like kudos to him for understanding that there's life after football, and he doesn't have to show his grit and then go grind up and down every offseason. He just quit, sit on his bags and bags of money and enjoy life.
End up with Jim Brown knees. I don't know how many seasons he played because I don't have his stats for me. I think it was 7. I think it was 7.
Some real good ones.
Yeah, but they were real good. They were big early. They were bright. And you have to add to that 7 the 4 professional years of football he played at Georgia.
Yeah.
Because that's a whole nother level down there.
And he was a workhorse in some top shelf high school too,
mm-hmm.
carrying the rock 200, 300 times a year.
He was like, nah, fam, I wouldn't even go play for my favorite childhood team. That's how little I'm trying to play this game. And I'm telling you, and regardless of how they present it publicly or whatever podcast they go on, Todd Gurley having the cojones to say that thing out loud.
Yeah.
Because so many of these guys pretend.
Right.
So many guys tell you, lifelong pursuit and passion, and I'm Vince Papale and blah, blah, blah. No. Like you get drafted in the first round, get super paid a bunch of money, and then manage that correctly for the rest of your life and have a generational change.
I also do want to highlight that this what you're saying 100% correct. This is a little bit different. Like I think what you're saying plays more into like Calvin Johnson's situation, because like he was in his prime still when he stopped. He literally was just like, I'm done. But like Todd Gurley, I'm pretty sure my memory serves me correct. I just pulled the stats up.
Yep.
He was like on a decline. So like in 2018, he had 256 carries, 1,200 yards, average 5 yards a carry.
Fall apart.
2019, then he goes 223 carries, 857. He averages 3 yards a carry. And then in 2020, his last year at Atlanta, he still played all 15 games. Not all 15. He played 15. And then he had 195 carries, 678 yards, and averaged 3.5 yards. But
he averaged 200 carries a season?
Yeah.
Yeah, he never 195.
Is his lowest? That's 200.
Yes.
Like, you knew did he have diminishing return, or did he simply just say, I didn't care if I scored or not? Like, that's
it. Could have been mental.
He checked out.
He could have checked out, and that's why his career went downhill.
I don't know what it's like with the players' union agreement, but if I was him and I wanted to play for the Ravens, why not just wait till like week 15 when you know they're going to be in the playoffs? You get a couple warm-up games, and then wreck shop in the playoffs, then take the next year off. Pull a Roger Clemens.
Hey, also, he had kind of more receptions than I thought, too.
Yeah, Todd Gurley was
he can kind of do both.
Yeah, fantasy beast, number 1 pick for like 5 years straight.
Well, when he was in St. Louis that final year, and I think I've told you this story on air, and I'll just, listeners come in and out, but I was doing daily radio in St. Louis in 2015. Whenever this is the last year of the Rams in St. Louis, and I think he was the rookie of the year. I think he was offensive rookie of the year.
Yeah.
Offensive rookie of the year. And it was Marshall Faulk was back. You know what I mean? It was that kind of thing. Like we had just, up the middle in a cloud of dust with Steven Jackson for several seasons, and he was fine. But I thought he was the second coming of Marshall Faulk. And then when the Rams went to Los Angeles, obviously I hated him and the clique he claimed.
Sure.
But that's a whole nother story.
That was people hated on that Rams stadium. I went there for the best Cowboy game I ever went to, 2014. I wonder if you were there, Fred.
2014, they were playing the Cowboys?
Yep, Cowboys, Rams in St. Louis.
Yeah, I would assume I was.
because I definitely caught most of those games. 2014 was a loser's year. It was, all the Rams refused to win
Sure.
for that run.
That when Bulger threw like 30 picks.
No, that's way before, brother.
Yeah.
So Bulger was playing in like 03, 04, 05, 06, 07, 08. So like these teams are like Bruce Grodkowski.
Oh no.
Yeah, these
dark
are
times.
Yeah, these are the back
Hot times.
It was Austin Davis.
Yeah,
it was Austin Davis.
Austin Davis wore number 9.
You could have gave me 100 guesses. I wouldn't have got Austin Davis.
I would have got it. They had Blaine Gilbert for a while, who sucked.
Yeah.
They had.
I thought Blaine was going to turn the corner.
They had
I'm pro Blaine.
They had a
big
kid
pro
named-
Blaine camp here.
They had a kid named Bollinger who was not any good.
Yep, I
They
remember.
they had. I mean, it was Stan Kroenke had given up on winning. He had zero interest in trying to complete. Blake Bortles was there for some reason.
Giving him a third shot, huh?
Yeah, it was. Oh my god, dude! It was laughable how bad it was.
You just moved to LA. You got that LA money. You're free rolling on the NFL's dime. They're still paying you.
I think what happened with Todd Gurley is we all forget how bad of a knee injury he had in college because he came and bounced back almost like Adrian Peterson after he tore his ACL. Like Todd Gurley came into the NFL, like we just said, offensive rookie of the year, all these things. But I think what that knee injury did was, although he came back from it, I am seeing articles that he was struggling with arthritis like all throughout his career from that. So I think like he was able to give it his all when it was time. But I think over time that like restricted his what you would call it, shelf life for his knees or just his body. I think it like restricted his health a little bit too.
Well, I mean, for sure it did.
Injury.
He tried to power through it for a couple of years and finally came to his senses. He's like, hold on, I got this giant stack of cash. I can leave with the ability to walk into my twilight years. My brain's not quite mush yet. And like, let's just step away. It's okay.
Let's podcast.
And do interludes on the Snoop Dogg album.
You're telling me I don't have to carry it 250 times taking handoffs from Nick Foles and Case Keenum? Like that's what you're telling me?
Case Keenum's still putting in work.
The Texans great.
He got reps last night.
That's what I was trying to come up with. Sean Hill was a quarterback there. Kellen Clemens was the name I couldn't come up with. Kellen Clemens.
I don't blame you for that one.
God, he was not great.
I don't. That last name doesn't even like. I can't even remember seeing that last name on a jersey. That's usually how I can remember players.
He was an Oregon guy. He went to Oregon.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he played with what's the cat that punched the dude in the head? LeGarrette Blount.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was one of those cats.
You mean friend of the show?
Friend of the show, LeGarrette Blount.
Multiple time friend of the show, LeGarrette Blount. 3-time friend of the show.
I started dailies in like 2014 in St. Louis, so I didn't really get to know like Sam Bradford or any of those dudes. It wasn't like that. But after his failure, it was kind of over. After that 2013, he was the guy. Remember, he was the quarterback who got paid too much.
Mm-hmm.
He got $50 million as a rookie or whatever.
Yeah.
That was. By the way, did you see that highlight of Caleb Williams telling the Chicago Bears what his signing bonus was in the Hard Knocks thing?
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's a different level of thing now. Different level.
Austin Davis was Sam Bradford's backup, wasn't it? I think Sam Bradford got hurt that year, and then Davis came in.
You're thinking of Kellen Clemens, but Austin Davis was the starter the following year
when he was gone.
Okay.
Somebody gave him his third shot.
Austin Davis showed up, and they were like, "Hey, didn't you complete a pass or two in Miami?"
Please, anything. The Rams had us down 21-0 that game. This is the Cowboys' biggest comeback win ever. I happened to be there.
In Bradford's defense, when he was on the field, he was a dude. He had the thing. He just couldn't stay on the field.
He had, I think, one full season. I think Sam Bradford had 1 year where he played them all, and then he had maybe two. He might have 2.
Yeah.
He had a lot of hype coming out of college.
Well, when he was at Oklahoma, it was like he was going to be the truth. And I mean, you're round one, pick one? Like, I mean, you are the guy, and then you would look him in the face and you would go, "Oh, actually, you're a child."
A little baby.
Yeah, you still got a little punches on you.
A little baby cheek fat.
Yeah, what about that Heisman? Well, you're the second sophomore to ever win it. What?
Completion percentage.
Oh, do you have his numbers?
Yeah,
I love those.
60%. His sophomore season was down. And then the other 3 seasons that he played, 59%, 65, 60, 71%.
71%.
Whenever he was on the field, he's pretty good.
I want to say 71.
Led the league in 16, 71.6% completion percentage.
He was pretty good at college. He is one of the, you want to talk about dudes who are all-time best in college? He's in that conversation.
Yeah. He's also like one of those David Carr guys that like was not set up for success every single team he was on.
Oh, that sucks, dude.
He's running for his life, getting sacked.
In 2016, he set a single season NFL record with 71.2% completion percentage.
I mean, that's pretty good.
Breeze came back and rebeat it in 2017 with 72.0.
Look, first 3 seasons, 34, 36, 35 sacks. The other 2 seasons he played the whole season, 28 sacks, 37 sacks. He got his ass beat so bad. Poor guy.
The Rams always had weird stats.
That's almost 2 sacks a game. One season.
Yo,
more than 2 sacks a game, 3 of the seasons.
what did he do to Kyle Turley to upset him so bad?
I know. Wasn't Kyle Turley legit?
What happened?
Is that the season Kyle Turley started smoking up all that weed?
No, he was doing that. That was
the whole time. It was like the whole time. Yeah, everybody knew.
Ricky, running on my side. No, I got a plan. Not so bad. Whenever we get back from the break, we continue from Safehouse Distilling. It's going to be a banger of an episode. Do you guys want to do our SummerSlam preview at 6:00, or do you want to do that like at 5? Like, what's our?
I'll leave it up to you two.
You pulling up to it, Fred?
I mean, I'm just trying to know what you guys are trying to do on the SummerSlam preview. I am personally not going. This is the first one I've missed in years.
Wow.
You guys are aware. My father recently passed away, and I couldn't like muster up excitement. Not to have a conversation about mental health right now. Only everything is okay in my life. Like nothing is like very good right now. So I was like, I don't super want to travel to Cleveland, be a big part of the thing, like feign excitement.
Yeah.
It's like I'm gonna sit at the house with my fam and
sit this one out. Give us some time.
Take one.
Also, it's Cleveland.
It is Cleveland.
You can skip this one.
Well, the Survivor Series just got announced too, so I'll definitely go to Vancouver. So like that will be
lovely city.
It's a great city.
One of the best.
I'll fly to Seattle. I'll drive up. It'll be nice.
I had to drive. Take the ferry. That's how I got there. The only time I went.
It's the best.
By ferry.
Best damn advice you ever damn gave.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at that.
2 Men On, live from Safehouse, the intersection of Gold and 7th. Come hang out with your boys. It's 2 Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
This.
Welcome back to the program. The boys are live at Safehouse. Who are the boys? That's us. 2 men on. I'm Fred Slow, Van Nunley with me, Isaiah Johnson, back at the studio. So I turned on the preseason football game last night. So it was the Houston Texans, Chicago Bears.
Yeah.
Players and scores don't matter. So I watched the new kickoff.
Yeah.
Okay. Had you seen the kickoff before?
Well, not in the NFL.
Where had you seen it?
The UFL.
Okay, so
I think it's called the UFL.
So I have never watched
I'm
that.
not sure.
So the kicker has it on the 30, his own.
Mm-hmm.
He kicks it, the 35, excuse me. He kicks it kind of to the end zone. You don't want to kick it into the end zone.
It's more puntish. It's not really kickoff anymore.
Right.
It's a little more punty.
And then
it's
there's
a little more like a rugby start.
And there's a safety 20-yard line area. Are you familiar with this?
Yes. It's your landing zone.
So then if it lands in there, it's returnable.
Returnable.
And then if it lands in the end zone, you can take a knee and come out on the 30. Am I getting this all correct?
Got me. It's going to take me a couple more unwatchable preseason games to figure it out.
So the kicking team lines up like almost touching the return team. They're like 5 yards apart.
There's right there.
Right there. And there, so the kicking team is on the receiving team's 40, and the receiving team can be anywhere 35 and back. They're all basically up there, but they're a little staggery in some spots.
Right.
Nothing exciting happened.
I mean, at least there were returns. So compared to nothing, it was very exciting.
Touche. You are very correct.
Unpopular opinion.
Get it.
Here we go.
Also, your whatever opinion you have is the popular opinion of this show, because we currently don't have an opinion.
So what I can say is one of the most, for me, I hated playing kick return and kickoff. I was a big guy, but I also always kind of had like straight line speed. So those plays always sucked for me, because even though I was bigger and I'm like, okay, if I hit somebody at full speed, there's a high chance I'm going to be the one delivering the blow. It's almost just as dangerous for the guys blocking than it is for the people returning, like the actual returns. So when you look at this, you see the return team is facing the returner, and as soon as the returner catches a ball, that's when they turn and start, the actual blocking assignment. So essentially what they've done.
Well, hold on that part. They don't turn though, right? Like they're already face to face, right?
Facing.
It's not like they're running back.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So when they start to engage each other, it turns at that point. If you take a kickoff and you take the beginning, like take the original NFL kickoff, erase the whole beginning, all the extra running, and fast forward to right before the return team and the kicking team make contact to block.
Yeah.
Yes, engage. That right there has basically just been put to the front of the whole entire play. So there is no kick and run down the field. They basically just hit start right when the actual kick return starts. So I don't think we're going to see too many exciting plays yet, but I think we will as time goes on. I like
agree. And I don't think a coach is going to hand over their cheat codes yet. I don't think any coach in the preseason, no one's going to do their cool switch blocking assignments,
with the bottom quarter,
running plays. Like
reverses.
They're not going to. We're not going to see any of that cool stuff
with
yet.
the bottom quarter of their roster.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're just going to fumble and not have a chance to make the roster. But eventually, guys like Sean McVay, Kyle Shanahan, these offensive minds are going to be running some really weird stuff on the kickoffs. But you can't give it away on the first couple weeks of preseason.
It'll be like a quick, cutty, runny back type guy. There was a guy when I was at Highlands that played wide receiver who would be
CJ
like Sims, who would be perfect for this thing. They're like, you get a little dude like that who, because this dude had no size. You get a little dude like that who, if you blink, he's no longer in front of you. That's the one guy you got to get if you can get one guy,
Believe we are dropped again.
Now there you guys are
we're
back.
back.
I was letting the friends of the show know what tends to happen sometimes.
No,
I appreciate that.
It's the interweb.
But that's what I'm saying.
I'll blame Elon.
You need a little shifty guy who you can lose in the blink of an eye to get behind a bunch of, big, slow dudes. And the idea is you just want them to make one block and hold. Make one block, don't get called for holding, and let this dude run past you and then run 80 more yards.
Exactly. CJ would have eaten this up if we had this play in college. Just because CJ he separated himself from the RMAC. Like Highlands was not the best team, but CJ individually, there was nobody quicker than him in the RMAC. He won Offensive Player of the Year. He would have eaten it alive. And teams have a lot of those quick guys.
And teams are actually drafting and rostering guys who think will be good at this exact kickoff. It's not just like the super fast guy who's trying to find a crease. You got to find like a running back kind of hybrid guy to like find a seam and like read blocks and try to run it past them. Teams are like drafting these guys specifically. Like the Chiefs got that lightning quick rugby kid. He's the one that's going to be doing it for the Chiefs. His name escapes me right now. He's going to be immediately one of the best at it because they're used to running like full speed in traffic with small running lanes. Each team is going to have some kind of specialist, and they're not going, like I said, they're not going to give away their secrets like right at the beginning of the preseason.
Well, and there's no middle ground on this anymore. You're basically tackled between the 20 and the 30, or you're scoring a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the only two options. And I'm chancing the 5 yards I would get from taking a knee and going on the 30 every single time. Every single time I'm chancing it. Bring it out.
Yeah.
What's that? You're 7 yards deep? Bring it out.
I tell you what, if you're a kicker, put on weight, get faster, and coaches will say, "Oh, so if he does break through, we have an extra line of defense because our kicker can actually turn into a defender." Whereas most teams, like you just said, they get past that first line, it's going to be over.
Yeah, I mean the kicker has to be the last line of defense now. I mean, and you don't need like a classic kicker anymore because you're just punting it up in the air into a 50-yard wide, 20-yard deep giant rectangle. Your kicker, your punter, your kickoff specialist now needs to be someone who can tackle a guy.
Let's finish our conversation on this whenever we get back from the break. It's 2 Men On live from the Safehouse, the intersection of Gold and 7th. Come hang out with your boys till 7 o'clock. It's 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
not wrong.
All right, Mike. Mike's hot.
Welcome back to the program where we're officially looking for an official pistachio sponsor. A little inside baseball. So the other day, my dad died, right, man? So I go and get a blood test to make sure, like, hey, what kind of weird stuff do I have going on? You know, do I have what my dad had going on? So anyways, get this blood test. And they're like, hey, heads up, Freddie, you got the beatus. I was like, oh, man, the beatus? So I was like, all right. So and I'm like, I'm a big boy. I'm like a heavy boy. So I'm like, all right, well, that sucks. So I start doing
multiple New Mexico pistachio.
There's Big
growers.
Pistachio in
Big,
New Mexico.
Big Pistachio is here. Our friends at Big Pistachio.
Reach out.
So
I can't really do carbs.
Forget California, bruh.
I can do dietary fibers, but I can't do carbs. So anyways, no carbs, no sugars. I got to get this blood thing right?
Yeah.
So anyways, pistachios, super good.
You never been living that pistachio life?
No. I've had them sporadically.
Yeah.
They have been like a go-to, like hand-to-mouthy, like break the cycle kind of deal.
Yeah.
So anyways, I'm now pro pistachio.
So pistachio has dual uses. One's got good, clean, healthy fats.
That's correct.
And also something to do with your hands.
That's a big part.
Yeah, for sure.
All the best
You
snacks.
can fidget while you snack.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
All the best snacks have carbs and sugars because they taste good, and that makes people want them.
Yeah.
Like, that's a thing.
Miss me with a fidget spinner and gum.
Oh, I don't do fidgets.
Yeah.
I'm also a sunflower seed guy.
Oh, for life, baby.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
And I'm only ranch.
Deeply ingrained. I got the pistachio bug from Van Senior. Loves
So
pistachios.
How do you guys eat the sunflower seeds? What's the official correct way to eat them? You just chew it up.
So I
and
create a
spit-
cup with my hand, and I
Mm-hmm.
put dryes in there, and I throw a couple back. And then if my team gets 3 outs, and I have to run back on the field, I just throw the rest of them and then run. Like, there is some waste in the way that I consume.
But do you
Next
crack-
spring, though, you grow sunflowers.
Do you crack the shell though, or do you just chew up the shell? What?
I do not eat the shell.
Oh,
I'm not a
my
wild
God,
animal.
Zay.
Are you being
Well,
serious?
I don't.
You
but I see-
you sadist.
What are you,
But-
part goat?
But no, not even eat the shell. But I don't get how people will just chew it up and then spit the shell out. And I'm like, how
Who
do you
does
know
that?
Chew.
baseball players?
Somebody who's crazy?
Now, hold on. You crack the shell in your
No,
mouth,
you crack it down the middle.
and you throw it on the other side
And
of your mouth.
You take
You
out
do that a few times, and you spit out
the-
a chunk of just
the
shell.
juices nuke in there.
Good
You
Lord.
take it right out.
There's psychos that eat the shell.
Am I
I'm
not
not one of those.
Oh,
I'm going to have to teach you how to shave next week, too. What's going on here, man?
hey, hand me your phone and let me delete numbers of people you shouldn't interact
I've
with
seen it.
anymore.
I've seen people spit out the chewed up sunflower
God.
seed shells.
I hate those
That is
people.
those people are awful.
Like you'll
Those
see
are the same
put-
people that used to shove their homework in their backpack
Mhm.
without putting it in a folder first.
Those
These
are
people are in prison now, Zay.
they will open a brand new pack of baseball cards, put them right in the spokes of their bike.
Yeah.
I hate these people.
I was the homework guy.
Yeah.
I was the homework in the backpack. guy.
Oh.
These people
But-
fold paper airplanes the wide way.
Yeah, I don't care for that. Although I'm a very good paper origami guy.
I'm above average.
I'm above average paper
Yeah.
planer.
You do it long way like a Concorde.
You're a long way guy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Or wait, are you looking for distance or flips? Because we need to have a big talk.
I mean, I could do flips with my Concorde.
You're a
You
liar.
just got to put the fins in the
You gotta
back.
put the nose
Yes,
down.
of course.
Put the nose down.
That's standard. That's
So
not-
so Van and I grew up as actual children, unlike Isaiah who grew up with a cell phone.
Nah.
And the amount of desktop like projectiles and toys
Mhm.
and games that you and I created in our youth involving mechanical pencils, erasers, the little they used to have metal spirals on notebooks, Isaiah. They don't do that anymore
Yes.
because
Yeah.
kids get weird.
I definitely. Okay. I'm telling-
you
so I
never
had the
made
spiral.
metal statues out of your unwound metal cord?
No, I would sit there and just pull it all the way out, and then have a long like piece of just metal hanging off my notebook.
See, ye of little imagination.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I was one of
Yeah.
those guys.
You could make a metal origami with that stuff.
Correct.
Yeah.
I'd put mine over my ear like an alien from Star Trek.
Mhm.
Like you just there's a lot you could do with it.
Yeah, I used to fold mine in half and then put it behind my ear and pretend that I had like those really bad braces.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
people bought it.
that's a super good one.
Good look.
I was a good. Just to put it into context, I was the generation where I was still in middle school when the actual iPhone came out. So we still had the iPods that
We
you
were
needed
adults.
Wi-Fi. You needed Wi-Fi on an iPod to get any type of internet. And then they came out with the big boy iPhone that had its own data.
Dog, our
And that was
iPods
a big
didn't
deal.
have internet.
Yeah, so
Like-
you had to get the iTouch, right? But
No, we didn't have
No.
that.
My
No.
iPods spun in circles and were read with
A
a laser,
record
and they
player.
called them compact discs. That was my iPod.
My iPod was calling the top 40 station in town and say, "Hey, will you play Voodoo by Godsmack?" And they say, "We're top 40." No.
Isaiah, there was a day where you would buy your musical media
Tuesdays.
not knowing what it sounded like.
Mhm.
You would have to purchase it before you even heard it. Whether it's tapes or CDs or whatever,
I
you
was
just go,
almost there.
you just like raw dog your ears and just go into a record store and just pick something out
CD release day was
because
a
it's got a
special
cool
day.
cover.
You go
Oh,
down to the
yeah.
Virgin.
Yeah.
I remember. I was during I lived through the before it happened and then after it happened. So I was right through the transition. So the transition into smartphones and technology, I had a little bit of taste of beforehand, like 6th grade, but right around 7th, 8th grade is when it started getting kicked up.
I
So
didn't
was, like,
hate
in prime.
technology until I learned what the word influencer means. That's whenever I started to hate technology. Speaking of, we thought this United States government got it right. We thought the NFL was in the wrong.
Mm-hmm.
We were proven wrong with the reversal of a decision yesterday. We'll tell you what that is and the implications that it will have on many. It's Tuning On live from the Safehouse. It's the intersection of Gold and 7th. Come here with your boys. Tuning On 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Two Men On, with your hosts, Van Nunley and Fred Slow, with producer Isaiah Johnson on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Mike's hot.
Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to Safehouse. Welcome to 5 o'clock. It's quitting time. Hopefully it's a payday for you.
What day is it?
Friday.
Okay.
Did we get paid today?
I think yesterday.
I really don't know how it works. Are we every 2 weeks? We're first in the 15th.
I mean, I don't do this for money. Like, I'm no Todd Gurley. Like, I do it
good
for
point.
the love of the
Yeah,
game.
for the love of the game.
Yeah.
We got paid on the 31st.
Oh, there we go. Now we know. Take that. Here's what I know about so I have a condo I rent.
Mm-hmm.
I do know that that's
Out.
the one. Yeah, I rent out.
Mm.
That's the one time I hear from my renter.
Uh-huh.
This is the first month. It's the only time.
Payday's going to be late or something's broken.
Yeah, I do get that one. I didn't know I was a slumlord. I didn't know I was that thing. I want to be not a slumlord.
Oh, that's better.
That's my. Oh, Isaiah's giving me some of the station.
Oh, I think you guys dropped again. Uh-oh.
Well, I can hear
There you are.
you.
You're back.
Oh, cool.
Oh, welcome
Good
back.
to be back. It's good to be here at Safehouse Distilling.
That's how I feel. So
Heads up, friends of the show. If that happens, back.
Oh,
right
no.
back.
It'll just be awkward with me in awkward silence.
Well, don't silence them. Like, give them a little fear.
Nah, I gotcha.
Like, what's that? What's your go-to filler?
Cold shower talk.
Yeah,
Yeah. Cowboys and cold showers.
Yeah.
He's a two-trick
Whatever.
pony.
Whatever Jordan Peterson told me to talk about. That's my deal. We're live at Sadie's. We're having a lot of Sadie's. We're live at Safe House. We're having a lot of fun. There's kind of a weird one though in the news, right? So, a federal judge overturned that $4.7 billion verdict on the Sunday ticket case, and it rules for the NFL. You kind of said this might happen some time ago, Van. You thought the NFL was going to be able to kind of lobby its way into getting this thing overturned. I didn't know, but it does seem like it's back to square one here.
So I think they're going to have to send it back to an arbiter.
An appeal court, like an appellate? Yeah.
Yeah. So you got the first appeal, and then you're going to have a second appeal. And after that, I'm assuming it's going to be sent to a objective arbiter, and they're going to figure out a different number. But it's true what they were doing. They were price gouging, and there's no doubt about it. It's just like they got to agree on a proper punishment and a proper fine.
So you're telling me that the verdict that they did it still stands, but the penalty is what is in question?
From what I understand. This is going to take a minute. You know they're going to drag each other out in court as long as possible. They're going to fight. I mean, it's $4.7 billion. They're going to fight it as long as possible.
So I have a little quote here. This is from Morningstar.com, which kind of watches all this stuff. Quote, the 8-person jury determined that the NFL broke the law by selling its Sunday ticket package of games at a price that was too high, as well as by restricting competition by offering Sunday ticket only through a satellite provider. NFL Sunday Ticket, which broadcasts NFL games that are out of market and unavailable on local television stations, was distributed by DirecTV until 2022, and the lawsuit named 2.4 million residential subscribers and 48,000 businesses in the U.S. who paid for the package from 2011 to 2022. I had been that person previously in my life.
Sure.
So you sue. They say it was an unfair practice, and then they say the settlement is too much. I think I'm confused because if the jury just messed up their calculations on what is owed, you still keep the judgment, right? You don't keep, you change the settlement.
That's what I got out of it. And obviously they're going to appeal the appeal, and it's going to have to move forward with that. But this isn't going to be figured out in the next couple weeks. Like, this is going to take a while. It's the best interest of the NFL to drag it out as long as possible, try to get them to settle, and try to save some cheddar.
The one to me, which is the one to me.
Billionaire owners didn't get into that position by saying, okay, I'll give you $5 billion. Let's move on.
Well, and if the ticket made $4.7 billion over that time, well, it actually would, I guess, had to have been higher. Because if that's the settlement number, because you would imagine you would allow them to keep whatever their settlement or whatever their earnings were at that time. So it would have to be incredibly higher. Also, are you factoring in, and I guess maybe that's what you're hinting at, like how this helped the league grow, like how this helped like the expanse of, or how this helped with the concept to advertisers that you can reach this many more people? Because I get that. I get that it's been multiplied, infinity amount of times, which is too many amount of times.
What season? Who's gonna like Shadur's gonna be like a 5-year veteran by the time this thing gets figured out. They're gonna keep price gouging people, and the amount of the settlement's gonna keep going up and up, and they're gonna peel the new amount that gets added onto it. This is gonna be a mess. This ain't going anywhere.
$349 is what it costs this year. $349 if you have YouTube TV. $449 without YouTube TV. But if you become a Verizon customer and add a new line, you can get it for free. So does it make more sense to pay the extra $10 a month for a phone you don't use?
Yeah.
I guess, I don't know, make sure your antivirus is up to date. Figure out a different way to do it, because, I mean, it's a little on the absurd side.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to – if they keep gouging customers, and especially sports bars and your sports restaurants that, people frequent and watch games, you're going to have to start charging the people to come into your restaurant. They're not going to buy food. They're going to sit around and drink water just to watch the NFL because they can't afford to watch it anywhere else. You're going to clog up, and it's going to ruin your business.
Sounds like me and my dad back in the good old days. Go in there on a Sunday, get some chips and salsa, get a water, maybe a Coke if we're feeling generous. I know they hated us, but
if you're taking up a 4-top, they for sure hated you. Not to get too.
He sat on his lap.
Yeah, not to get too political here, but I believe very recently the Supreme Court of this United States said it's not illegal to bribe after the fact. And that's a little bit what this feels like to me.
Sure.
Did the NFL wait? Did they drag it on a way to where they saw this judgment and then went to this new judge, and the judge said, hey, this thing's gone, and then he leaves in a brand new high-end airplane?
Yeah, for sure.
And I know that sounds like...
Hey, Clarence Thomas, what brand is your RV?
Yeah.
I want one of those too.
It's just called a gratuity. We're not going to tax tips anymore. Like, that's what this kind of feels like to me. Hey, Judge, thanks for your effort on this. Check underneath the seat of your brand new house when you get home.
Oh, not even. You just donate to their super PAC or whatever. You donate to whatever their LLC affiliate is, and it's all on the up and up. There's no more briefcases under the table. It's completely legal now.
I'm plugged into the world of sports, cool. I'm plugged into the world of entertainment, cool. I'm super plugged into the world of politics, but we don't get to kind of run it here enough. I'm going to tell you this. Any article now that says federal judge said, I'm almost out immediately. Like, it is unfortunate we're currently at a place where if it is individual versus entity, that our judgmental and governing bodies are going to choose the sides of the entity versus the individual. That is insane to me.
I mean, hopefully we have power in numbers here, because there's 2.4 million residential subscribers
over the course of that 11 years.
Of the course of 11 years in this lawsuit.
A lot of repeats.
48,000 businesses. That's too many people just to roll over.
Mm-hmm.
And that's too many people to screw over. That's a significant chink in your armor of your business.
I think everything's inflating. Like, everyone just assumes that we're all just making more money.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Two multiples, like 10 years ago, multiple sources of income seemed to be like a goal, but it's like almost a necessity now, unless you're very, very fortunate.
Yeah, I mean, diversifying your streams, I guess, is cool, but the thing that's the inflation is like all your weird hidden costs. Like, I have a million hidden costs that, like, my parents didn't have. Like, I have subscriptions. Like, I have a cell phone. Like, I have all these things that just didn't exist in my parents' world. Like, they had maybe a mortgage. They probably paid cash for their house. They definitely didn't have a car payment. My parents just handled that. I mean, you could get a note on a car, obviously. And taxes?
Your dad seems like the type just to build a car, just to get it over with.
He was weird, dude. Definitely owned it though. It's a different time. It's just a super different time.
What's a bummer? There's like monopolies in every industry.
Oh yeah.
Like DirecTV having the only access to this. Like they could just put whatever unfair amount they want. They're the only way you're going to get it. So of course you're going to pay it.
Well, and then
make little Timmy go deliver papers so you can watch NFL on Sunday.
Well, and it's not like they have access to it with a partnership with the NFL. They're paying the NFL for it, And then we're at a point now, and this just happened with the NBA, where you eventually lose your rights to the thing to the highest tech bidder that exists. We saw this one time in the late 90s. We saw it in 2008. Eventually, the bubble will pop. A handful of people will make off like bandits, and the whole thing will reset again.
Mm-hmm.
In my lifetime, I've seen it twice already.
Sure.
Yes, I will see it a third time.
Yeah, first cars, then the real estate market.
Yeah.
Now we're going to bail out our own NFL. Cool. cool.
Hey, Glass-Steagall. Hey, .coms.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, that's the world we're currently in. And I'll just sit here hosting my talk show with my newly diagnosed diabetes. Cool. Everyone be kind to each other.
Not pay for Sunday ticket.
It's like Jordan retro shoes, just on a big old cycle. Some point it'll come back around.
No, they're done. That whole market's flooded. And when I not first started radio, in 2014, when I went dailies, I had DirecTV for free from DirecTV because I was a commentator or whatever.
Right.
I think I had that for 2 years, and they're like, we don't do that anymore.
Sure.
What changed?
Now they charge you double because you have to watch it more to comment on it.
Oh, God. And then they're like, and we'll give you the all-22 film, too. And we'll give you, and you can get the huddle. I don't want all of that stuff.
I don't want that.
You know what kind of loser breaks down that stuff? No one watches it. You know what I think I'm going to do for fun? Tell you what Carolina does against Tampa when they line up with a 2 tight end set. No. Get a life.
About 2.4 million people wanted to do that, I think.
They didn't pay for the all 22. You ever watching all 22 footage?
No, not,
Isaiah,
not
did you
fan.
get that in college when you did video, all 22s?
No.
So what it is, it just shows the whole field, right? Shows all 11 guys on each side. And the way the way I've seen it controlled is it's like 1,000th of a screen, or is it 60 frames per second? Is that what it is, or
Sure.
whatever? So it's like 1/60th of a second, and you're like, hey, Isaiah, I noticed your hand got out of the dirt 1/60th of a second slower than and you're like, is this real life?
See, what was super irritating about ours is we were on huddle, so like they would have to keep clicking and then replaying and then clicking and then replaying, so you had to sit there and watch it happen over and over and over again before they finally get it. And then once he finished his point, they keep playing it just for good measure a few more times, and then just go on to the next play.
Here's how you failed and all the reasons why. Go home sad.
Yeah, it's not
Film was mentally a lot. if you cared, film was terrible. And it was a lot. It was emotionally exhausting.
Unless they're using you as the example for the class.
Oh,
then you're like, no, I'm sorry, coach. Let me see what I did in that moment one more time. Show that one again. Let's see that one again, coach.
And you know me, I was that guy. Like if I got, ridiculed for something I did one day and I came back the next practice and fixed it. Oh yeah, I better hear it in film. Like I'm coming in. I'm like, I better, when this play comes on, I'm at home just hype. Like, oh yeah, let's see what he says tomorrow about this one. Go in there, he just glosses over it. I'm like, oh no, coach, could you? So on that last play, did I do the right thing there? Was that? Is that what I should have did?
They didn't screw up that time. Next.
Yeah.
That's exactly what they do. I'm like, all right, it's expectation.
There's nothing funnier than the guy who's like real vocal about, wasn't me. you're like, brother,
let's check the film.
Yeah, if you have to say it, it's your name is on the chalkboard.
We were recording this whole thing.
You are the one. Whenever we get back from the break, the Olympics have continued, man, and they're as good as they have ever been, including Team USA basketball and team table tennis, creating a Fox and the Hound style friendship that I could not be more excited to talk about. It's 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
This
Yesterday, Anthony Edwards and Steph Curry went to table tennis for Team USA, and it was adorable while they're in the stands. And then the day table tennis went to Team USA's basketball practice, and I loved it so much.
I love how Team USA is like spreading out and checking out all of the other athletes from all the other sports, because it gives you like a little boost when LeBron James is watching you play sand volleyball.
Also, like the big table tennis players for America, obviously Lily Zhang and Rachel Soon, who I know you guys already knew those names, so I didn't have to say them.
Come on.
They're both from San Francisco, so they're like for sure already Steph Curry fans, and they get to meet their hero. And I just love the idea that Ant and Steph Curry think that they can beat Olympic women's table, but they cannot. They will never be able to beat them. That's 100% factual. But they still let them come out, and then they sign their paddles.
Oh, they signed their paddles.
I love it so much. It's my favorite thing.
What an adorable moment.
Oh my God, you're my hero. You ever go up to your hero and go, oh my God, you're my hero? And they go, no, you're my hero. And then you go,
oh, thanks, Homelander.
Oh, you're so wholesome.
Think of it like this, right? So this is what I've heard a lot of Olympic players say in the past, usually the men's basketball team, when these type of things happen.
Okay.
So they put into our perspective. So imagine how fun it would be for us to have the access to go to any of the events for free.
Okay,
so
I
like
do have
them,
that. I work in the media.
The Olympic events will take us next time.
They're in
I'd love
LA.
to go with you.
Yeah, they're in LA.
Yeah, we're going.
Oh, let's
Yeah.
go.
So, yes.
Yes, we're going.
Yeah.
Do you
Yes,
not listen
yeah,
to the
you let me-
program?
Yeah, I was gonna say you said that.
That's
before.
my
So
farewell
that'll
tour.
Yes, but they genuinely enjoy like going out and seeing all of the different sports and realizing like these are the best in the world.
Yeah, I mean, as good as LeBron James is at basketball, there are multiple people in their sport that's better at their sport than LeBron James is at basketball.
Well,
Sure.
Also, it's all business, boys. Don't even be stupid here. We're getting a Netflix special where Ant and Steph Curry play these Olympians in table tennis, and it's going to be the best. It's going to be the best live streaming deal that I've ever seen, and I'm going to watch it. Like, I am going to tune in for it. I am here for it. That's my thing. Van, the live stream audio doesn't shut off, so
Yeah.
you can keep running for the live streamers.
Oh, good.
Reduced risk for diabetes. So that's one thing. And now they are back. So I will let them take it back on. They learned one more thing about cold showers.
Oh,
okay,
thank you so
stop
much,
it.
Zay.
Yes.
The Netflix live stream of Anthony Edwards and Steph Curry playing U.S. women's table tennis will be the most viewed. It'd be more than Pacquiao Mayweather.
Okay, the question is on Prize Picks, you taking more or less on them scoring 1 point?
Oh, they'll score.
1 point?
Yeah, they'll make it look like a game.
Oh, you think the girls will let them score 1
Uh-huh.
point just to make it interesting?
Exactly. The same way you would let
11-1's a skunk still. Is that like an actual scoring rule? If you get 11-1, you win. You don't have to go to 21? Or do they take it all to 21 no matter what?
I think it's 7-0, 11-1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, those might just be boys club rules, but I'm pretty sure that's the table tennis I'm familiar with, is if you get out 7-rip or 11-1, move on to the next game.
You put a Prime sponsorship logo right on the tennis table.
Oh, don't do that.
This is what I'm trying to get these Olympians paid, brother.
Okay, well, anyone but Prime.
You know how Team USA is staying
Oh,
in
it's
a
Coach Prime?
No.
Okay.
You know how Team USA is staying in a yacht,
Uh-huh.
like on the river scene,
Mhm.
like,
Oh, yeah,
and everyone else is sleeping on cardboard boxes,
yeah.
eating Muni food.
Yeah.
Like, no, like table tennis needs this. They don't need to ask Flavor Flav to pay their rent. They need this.
Yeah, what's going on with that?
He's like really white knighting this whole thing.
Is
relevant. I mean,
inflation
geez.
so bad that Flavor Flav
Yeah.
has to pick up the tab
Why was
for the polo team?
Why did Flavor Flav tweet saving the Olympics is my black job? Like, that was weird.
That's
That
good.
was one too many.
Very good. Very good.
Flavor Flav, that's crazy. This guy is still relevant. Props to him.
I ran into him at the Super Bowl, literally, physically. He ran right into me, and I was like, Flavor Flav, don't run into
He
me.
probably fell.
And he was, here's what he said. I promise you this. I was like, Flavor Flav, don't run into me. He's like, good thing I didn't clock you. Oh, you've done this before,
yeah.
Flavor Flav.
That's a go-to right
Yeah.
there. He says that all the time.
All the time.
Mhm. Also, I don't know why the water polo team chose him. Like, it's great. I love altruistic gifts to the world. It's a fantastic story. But did the USA women's water polo team saw what happened to Brigitte Nielsen after Flavor Flav?
It went off the deep end.
Yeah, it was bad. They don't want to go down that same path. It's a dark path.
What if that table tennis team had some rook cards of Ant and stuff? God, that'd be awesome.
Should have signed those instead of the paddles.
Mhm.
I would do the combo. I'd be like, this is my combination autograph, Rook Steph Curry out of Davidson, and my Olympic table tennis paddle. $1 million.
Also, you got a game used jersey lying around. Could have that too.
Be cool if you
Do a
did.
jersey and paddle swap.
We got a fun guest after the break. It's the second annual DVRC charity golf tournament. We're going to tell you where it is, who's going to benefit. Man, who's our guest today?
Charlene Rembert.
Oh, so she's super nice.
Yeah.
Friday, August the 16th at Paradise Hills. We will go over that. Is this a shotgun start, please?
I mean, hopefully it's just like a air rifle, maybe just makes a noise. Like shotgun's a little
Oh, like in
extraneous.
track and
It's like a
field?
little extra for this thing. Yes, it's a shotgun start.
Okay. Oh, this is affordable too. So yeah, if you want to help support the Domestic Violence Resource Center, we're going to give you an opportunity to do that whenever we get back. It's 2 Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal. Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to Safehouse, the intersection of 7th and Gold, where you can come hang out with your boys.
Close enough.
Doors are open. Also, is it Art Walk tonight?
It is.
Oh, okay. So come down and see the weird stuff here, park here, do weird stuff here, and then walk down Central, come back.
Some free model painting classes here this evening. And I got more good news.
What kind of models? Airplanes, trains?
Choose your own adventure.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good answer. Good answer.
Good news, though.
Yep, go ahead.
I got my first cocktail of the day.
What'd you get?
I'm having a Cool Fortune.
Joining us on the program, Glenn St. Ange. He is the executive director of the DVRC, which is, of course, the Domestic Violence Resource Center, and our friend Charlene, who's the board president. Welcome. How are you guys?
Thank you, gentlemen. We're doing well. We've
Doing
already
great.
had our first drink.
All right, what'd you
All
have?
right.
What'd you have, Charlene?
Vodka club soda.
Good answer. I'm
Ooh.
going to do that too.
Yeah.
That's going to be my thing here in a second. Glenn, you're having the
Elevated.
what a good Friday. It's a good Friday for us. And also, you're going to have a good Friday on the 16th. It's your big golf scramble. It is the second annual DVRC charity golf tournament. Join DVRC for a day of fun and golf to raise funds for victims of domestic violence. $150 a player, $600 a team. And this is 730 shotgun. Is that right?
Well, we changed it to 8.
Eight.
Paradise asked us to change it to 8.
Oh, they were worried about, hey.
Oh,
Yeah.
paradise. Okay.
People
Yeah.
are always on Albuquerque time.
That's what
They
it
can't
is.
get it together.
Yeah,
Right,
that's all right.
All right, if we're not done by noon, though, can I leave early? Because I got, guys, it's a work day.
Aw.
We're not going to use any of your shots, Fred. You
Oh,
can
okay.
leave whenever
That's
you
a good
want.
point. That's a super good point. All right, tell us a little bit about it, Glenn. Tell us about what goes over there, what goes on at the DVRC, and talk to us about how the golf tournament helps.
So DVRC, we're a nonprofit. We really rely on a lot of donations, grants. We do get funding from the city and the state, but a lot of this that we do is really off donations.
Yeah.
We have 15 employees that work for us, including myself. We have field advocates that respond to APD and BCSO in the field. We have victims advocates that are in the office and respond to victims coming in, or hopefully transitioning them into being survivors. So on a monthly basis, we service anywhere from 150 to 200 people coming in for services a month.
Oh, that's wild.
So we're very busy. That doesn't include what we respond to out in the field. So we're just very, very busy, and we're just always so appreciative of donations and what we can do as a nonprofit.
And Charlene, for helping one individual, what kind of service would you, instead of the grand picture that Glenn just gave us, if you're one person in need of help, what kind of service does that look like?
Well, they come in and they talk to a case manager. The advocates go out on the field with the police officers when they get called and take the victims away from the situation and put them in a safe place. But if, say, they just come into the office, they get to talk to a case manager. A case manager will help them figure out where to go, how to find a job, how to find money to take care of themselves and their children, even pets. And so that's the difference of being called out and bringing them out, or just showing up at the office and looking for some help.
When you say they, you mean the victims of domestic
victims.
violence.
Mhm.
So would you say, and you can give me a loose percent, is it individuals seeking help on their own? Is it individuals referred?
It's a mixed bag of everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
We also help with emergency restraining orders.
Mhm.
We help with temporary restraining orders. We walk that victim/survivor through the entire process and get them into a good place where they need to be.
Glenn St. Ange joining us, and Charlene, the board president of the DVRC, the Domestic Violence Resource Center. So how do these fundraisers help? How do getting the community to come out and contribute to what you're doing, how does that directly help the individuals that you help?
Well, it helps them find housing.
Mhm.
We will give them vouchers for hotels as a temporary solution, and then also help them pay their rent if they are having trouble paying their rent. It also helps them put clothes on their back. A lot of the victims will come in and all they have is what they walked in with.
Right.
And so, a lot of them are worried about their pets. Where am I going to take my pets? So we help them with that. Their children, we help them with their children, help them with clothes. And those are the important things right there.
Glenn, like besides, we'll get to the tournament shortly, which we will have a team in, so we got a rooting interest in this thing. So, like, besides the tournament, how can friends of the show help the organization?
On the website, we have a donation link. We're also always looking for volunteers. Our staff is, we're very, very busy. So on the flip side of that, if you can't donate, we encourage people to volunteer with us for direct services and answering the helpline. We have basically a 22-hour a day helpline. So little things like that just can go such a long way.
Another way they can volunteer is to help if the victims have to go to court. They have to bring their children with them.
Mm-hmm.
They can sit in another room and take care of the children while the parent, I'm not going to just say mom, because we do have some men.
Sure.
But, they can help take care of the children while they're in court.
So obviously here on 2 Men On, we're incredibly sports centric. We're on the sports animal, we live that life. What kind of relevancy does sports have in how your organization helps individuals and their families? Is it an escape? Is it a way of communication? How do you utilize shared passion for the world of sports in recovery and assistance?
I think it's a good way to break the ice. Like, I'm a Padres fan.
Sure. Sorry to hear that.
Oh, man. Poor tortured soul.
I'm from San Diego, so
yeah.
I think it's also a good icebreaker.
Mm-hmm.
If the little boy comes in wearing a Cowboys jersey, or the somebody or something, it's a great icebreaker, and using sports and that common connection is a great way to help de-escalate and also just break the ice and make people feel a lot more comfortable, if that makes sense.
Love that. Well, and I mean, we can talk about cease all day if you want to. Like that helps.
Yeah.
That's the high mark of the year, right? Wait, did you get your eyes on that no?
Yes.
Nice. whether or not you make the playoffs, you'll always have that moment.
I know.
Year. So the second annual DVRC charity golf tournament, 2 short weeks from now on Friday. Where do they go to get the information to sign up and support DVRC?
Well, Van, I have to tell you, we have a problem.
Okay.
It's a good problem.
All right.
So as of a week ago, even on Monday, we didn't have a lot of golfers.
Oh.
So today we have 120 players.
What?
Are we maxed out? You telling the friends of the show that they can't join?
No, I already have you down. I have you down. You're part of this. But we do have room for about 15 more players.
Okay.
And I did shut the site down because I didn't want to go over.
Okay.
But so if anybody is still interested in playing, we do have some space. And what they'll do is just email fundraising@dvrcnm.org and just shoot us an email and let us know you're interested in a team. And if we still have room, then we absolutely will sign you up.
Well, that's only like 3 more teams left.
Exactly.
So they better hurry up and sign up.
Exactly.
Well, Charlene, the problem is I'm not a very good listener. What was the email? Fundraising.
Yep. @dvrcnm.org.
I love raising fun, so this works for me.
And speaking of fun, this thing's going down at Paradise Hills.
Yeah.
Like if you're familiar with the Paradise Hills or The Office, they know how to have a good time. They know how to host a fun tournament.
Yes, they do.
So
they
get in while the getting's good.
Really good care of us over there.
If there is an individual seeking assistance or service, the best avenue to contact you is what?
They can call our helpline or go to dvrcnm.org, which also has our helpline number. Again, like I said, it's staff 22 hours a day.
Not so bad.
Everyone needs a break.
Yeah.
You need a lunch and dinner break, right?
Glenn, Charlene, thank you both so much.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Whenever we get back from the break, we continue to bash the Padres. It's 2 Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
Thank you.
Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to 2 Men On. We are live at Safehouse. It was a good little sit down.
Lovely people, fantastic organization. The type of human beings you want to reach out a hand and support every single time.
After I talked to Glenn and Charlene, I knew I wasn't as good of a person as I thought I was.
Oh, that doesn't happen daily?
Mm-mm.
Or is this just today's example?
Yes.
Okay.
Isaiah, are you coming down to Safehouse after this, or are you doing isotopes?
I got isotopes.
All right, so
8:05 start.
Isotopes, baseball.
Nice. We haven't talked about the isotopes much this week. They're doing the little back and forth game. So,
They're living the life.
Yeah, big Grand Slam win yesterday was a huge deal.
Sweet.
Yeah,
so sweet.
Mr. Josh Shushan, he got on the mic yesterday to check and make sure he was connected and everything. And I could literally hear, you can hear someone smile. I haven't had an actual conversation face to face with Josh.
Ever?
But I could hear his smile through the microphone. And I'm like, hey, Josh, how you doing? I'm doing great. I'm at the pool. We're having a great time. I've been to the pool 3 times today. All the players have their significant others out there. They're just living the life. And then on top of that, they're up 2-1.
And they're in Vegas, is that right?
Yes, they're in Vegas.
I often listen to Sushan. He's like a master of his craft.
Yeah.
And I love listening to the masters. If we could pull up that walk-off Grand Slam, I would be willing to listen to it live on air. If that's an option.
I'll pull it up right now.
Oh, it's got to be. Yeah, it's got to be in the little save thing. I'm not a guy who often reads private text on air, but let me read you one from Josh Sushan just the other day. So Josh hosts this incredibly good YouTube channel called Crafting the Call.
Mm-hmm.
And Crafting the Call he goes back to iconic sports calls and kind of talks you through the psychology of it and this, that, the other thing.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so he the other day did Game 6 of the 2011 World Series.
Oh, your favorite game in the history of your fandom.
So I'm going to share this publicly, which he doesn't know I was going to. But he says there's a 50-50 chance we made this episode just for you.
Oh.
And it's 45 minutes of him going through and breaking down Game 6 of 2011 World Series from the broadcaster perspective. And if you remember, that's Joe Buck at the end of the night saying, and we'll see you tomorrow night.
Yeah.
And that is a throwback to his father, Jack Buck, who famously was the broadcaster for the Cardinals forever, but also was national for CBS.
Right.
Kirk Gibson's big home run, whole bunch of NFL stuff. But it was a cool thing to see that his art that he does so well was mused by our friendship. And then from there, and also, if you don't have Substack, get the Substack app. If you love reading, it is quick hitters. I obviously am kind of heavily subscribed to the news of the day and the sports stuff.
Sure.
But Sushan writes on there too, and his Substack is very good.
Okay, so I have the play pulled up, but really quick, you just mentioned that Joe Buck's dad also did it, and that brings me to this interesting statement. For instance, basketball player LeBron, you expect his son to be good. That's the hope.
Yeah.
Did you ever hear the story about the Buffer brothers, the boxing and UFC
Bruce
announcers?
And Michael?
Isn't that insane how they are both they didn't know they were related and lived completely 2 different lives, and they're both 2 of the greatest announcers of all time, and they ended up being related and had no idea until they were full-grown adults.
So I've heard different stories of the story you just told.
Same.
Okay.
And I don't know how actual it is, but they're half brothers. They're not complete biological brothers.
Yeah.
But yeah, they did come into each other's lives at a younger age, not a childhood age.
Yeah.
But then obviously they're professional. So that's a mostly true story.
Sure.
That I think in the world of big voice announcing you play up. But yeah, it's super
totally. Crazy.
cool.
That's
Super
crazy.
cool.
But I have the play pulled up, the Grand Slam.
Oh yeah, let's do it.
Hit in the air, right field. Back goes Davidson. Track wall. You can tell it goodbye. Jamison Hanna on the first pitch, a grand slam. And the Isotopes have taken a 9-6 lead.
So sweet.
Ooh.
There's even a better one. Later on, the Kaiser throws the guy out, and Josh hits the got him, and the crowd is just boo. Boo. I can pull it up real fast if you want.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if you got it right there. He's a world of talent.
Sure.
You know,
sometimes like Albuquerque takes a lot of things for granted. I mean, we were just talking about this on Fill in the Holes, which airs tomorrow morning at 8, with the Dirty Boys, Max Machado, Jay Choi, and myself. We're talking about like how good Albuquerque golfers have it. There's a lot of things in the world of being a Burqueño that we don't realize how good we have it. Rio Grande Credit Union Field at Isotopes Park, the way the Isotopes engage with the community and the talent of Josh Suchon.
There's like a little bit of a bigger one to me too, which is, Rob Portnoy.
Sure.
Which not to be arrogant, guys. The product that you and I create here in the afternoon, now with Isaiah Johnson, previously with other entities, the product that we create in the afternoon, this product could hang anywhere. You know how I know? I did it in a top 20.
Sure.
Like the amount of sports and sports adjacent entertainment in this town is not just ample, but it is quality. And that is awesome. You got that call, Isaiah?
Yes, it is up and ready.
All right, here we go.
Now the payoff. Ground ball past Hartley, up the middle. Kaiser Fields, quick release, and got him! Las Vegas dugout can't believe it. Aviators fans booing. First base umpire's got some words for the umpire.
So good. The boos
I just looked at the replay. Man, was that close. Oh, my, was that close.
A little back of the house radio. Do you and Josh do a video feed too during the broadcast, or is it audio only?
No, just audio.
Shoot, tell him to send the street.
He usually puts up some TikToks, though. If it's better calls, he'll put it on TikTok. I think he might have himself recorded the whole time. So I would bet he has the clips.
So he does a native recording of all of them because he's got I don't even know the name of it. It's got a model number, but it used to be the business like 10 years ago, but now it's a little antiquated. But yeah, he stops every single inning. Like he is a pro's pro.
Antiquated. Wow. I thought I was an English major. You use some big words daily.
Talk for a living, brother. Talk for a living. When we get back from the break, we're breaking down SummerSlam, boys. There's not a hotter night of the year than when WWE invades Cleveland, Van. And I will I'll introduce you to a bunch of names of pro wrestlers you've never heard.
I'm in. Let's try it out.
Name a pro wrestler.
Like an active one?
Yeah.
I know one. Cody Rhodes.
Hobo Hey.
Nice.
Moving on. 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
animal.
Like hot.
Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to 2 Minute On. We're live at Safehouse, the intersection of Gold and 7th. And I want to just call this entire hour of radio we're about to do the 66 Diner Blue Plate special hour of the day.
Okay.
I want to do that because we're going to preview SummerSlam 4 times a year.
All right, I'm going to Google SummerSlam.
Four times a year, I ask the friends of this show, you and whatever producer we have come lately,
Uh-huh.
I ask them to go over the 4 big ones. That is the Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, and Survivor
British
Series.
Open. Wait, what?
I swear to God.
Okay. Which one is it?
1405 Central Avenue Northeast. That's obviously right there off Central here in the heart of Albuquerque. Go check out 66 Diner, 505-247-1421. They do that catering and take care of everything for you. Online ordering? Are you kidding me? This is awesome. Okay. So SummerSlam is tomorrow, Van.
Okay.
It's in Cleveland. It's basically all chips. Like there's only a handful of non-championship matches on this one.
Championship. I thought you meant like fish and chips in it.
This is not
Different
Clash at the
chips.
Castle
Okay.
that was over in Scotland. That's what
Different-
you're talking
different
about.
fish
Yeah.
and chips.
So we're going to start with the non-championship bouts, and then we're
Okay.
going to move our way through the card where we're going to do our little predicty boys. Okay?
All right. I'm
Now,
in.
Isaiah, how up on the product are you currently?
I'm pretty up.
Good answer. All right.
Pretty up.
So the best
All the way up.
the best rivalry of the summer has been, and this one kind of goes all the way back, technically the last Survivor Series
Okay.
when CM Punk debuted in Chicago. I was there, and Seth Rollins lost his stuff. Then Drew McIntyre claims that CM Punk spoiled his opportunity in the WWE, which some might agree is Damian Priest cashed in Money in the Bank against
Okay.
Where, Van? At WrestleMania.
All right.
All right.
I know a lot of these words.
Now we sit here. CM Punk, recently cleared by WWE medical staff, versus Drew McIntyre with special guest referee Seth freaking Rollins.
Whoa.
The
Is
most-
he going to be an impartial judge?
Who can say, Van? Who can say?
Is CM Punk going to buy him the world's nicest RV to sway his vote? Is that what's going to happen here?
If I was a professional wrestler, I would travel the country in the nicest RV.
Just get it from John Madden.
He's RIP.
It's
Okay.
available.
This is a blockbuster showdown in Cleveland.
Okay.
Who do you boys got? CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre.
Zay, you want to go first?
Yeah, good one.
I'm leaning CM.
Oh, that's an
CM
interesting answer. That's a really interesting one. And you believe that's going to be clean or an obvious dusty finish from interference with Seth freaking Rollins?
Well, there will be interference for sure, but I think CM Punk, crowd favorite, I think they're going to give the fans what they want to see. Although Seth Rollins, now help me out here. Is there any tension between Seth and CM? or-
Okay, dumb question.
Ooh.
There's more tension between them than any 2 human beings on the planet. There's
Like-
more tension between them than Lucy and Charlie Brown.
Like real tension, or are we talking? Bad question.
Come on,
Thank
man.
you. Yeah, that's obviously a
Kayfabe, Zay.
Yes.
Kayfabe.
Well, you told me that someone even lost their job because of Seth, right? There's some actual when we did your weekend going over show.
I mean, all I'm trying to say is it's got a little bit of pull in the industry. That's all I'm trying to say.
Okay,
So
give me CM.
All right, CM Punk, Zaya, that is not the correct answer. Van.
So CM Punk and Drew McIntyre will fight a battle for the ages with Drew McIntyre taking the advantage, kicking the what's his injury? What's CM Punk's injury?
It's got an arm. It's not.
Drew McIntyre will attack
Yeah.
the arm of CM
Uh-huh.
Punk and render him unable to finish the fight. And Seth Rollins rips off the zebra suit
Mm-hmm.
to reveal a onesie underneath,
Prepared to wrestle.
perfectly lubed up already,
You don't mean
ready to go.
you're calling it a onesie,
What is it?
not a singlet. You're gonna go onesie.
A lubed up onesie,
All right.
and he is ready to go. And Seth Rollins finishes the match.
He's the referee.
for the beginning.
Yeah.
But again, you remember when I said he ripped off the zebra suit and he had a onesie underneath?
Yeah, singlet.
And he was already lubed up with all of the oils. And then he defeats
what oils?
Drew McIntyre.
What oils?
I don't know. I'm assuming they just got like a Costco-sized tub of oil.
A drum of
yeah,
oil.
for sure.
They dip themselves in.
How about this
cocoa
ending?
butter, maybe? I don't know.
What if Seth is getting involved? He gets hit, right? He goes down. And then all of a sudden, you got CM Punk lands the perfect finisher.
Which is what? What's it called?
I don't know.
The go to sleep.
The Highlander.
Hits him with the go to sleep.
Yeah.
Yes. So then all of a sudden, there's no ref to count it. So then I don't know who it is, but maybe a fourth guy comes out or another ref comes running in to save the day.
Like maybe a vengeful one, like one of the referees got beat up by Drew McIntyre 2 weeks ago on Monday Night Raw, and he never apologized for it. I very much believe, because CM Punk has dominated this entire feud up until this point, that Drew McIntyre will be victorious, and that it will be at the costly hands of CM Punk. And this will set up a feud between Drew McIntyre and Gunther, who we're going to talk about in a little bit, allowing CM Punk and Seth Rollins to feud into the Royal Rumble. Let's go, boys.
Sounds good. Sign me up. When is this thing happening?
Tomorrow night.
Okay. I'm busy. Wait, what?
Come over to the house.
Okay, fine.
It's the whole thing.
I got a sick dog.
That's the whole thing.
It's what we do.
I literally have a sick dog.
It looks like the Wyatt Six are going to have a three-way taggy boy.
That's hot.
Against Chad Gable and his two lackeys. This one is going to be a relatively quick, and it's going to be a lights out, you come back, squash kind of thing. Eric Rowan's in-ring return for the Wyatt Six. They have to look strong. I think these opponents are the opponents exactly for that. So, Van, give me the Wyatt Six handily over Chad Gable and his stable.
I'm gonna have to agree,
Good
man.
answer.
The Wyatt Six, like they're all over the place. They're enough to be on my radar, and my radar doesn't bleep for anything except for Duke City Championship Wrestling.
Yep.
And I still know who the Wyatt Six are. So because of their relevance, give me them.
There you go. Good answer.
Same. Like I said, I let you know before, and I watched the WrestleMania documentary, and I saw how, like, I didn't know they actually cater to the fans. Like, I knew they catered to them, but they cater to the fans so strongly that they can have somebody else planned to win a match some months down the road. But if the fans cater heavily to someone else, they will adjust, the game plan according to the fans. So give me Wyatt Six.
All that is very accurate. That's all incredibly accurate. Duke City Championship Wrestling alum Jacob Fatu is lined up for tag team action, Van, as they are going to take on DIY. Might be too soon for the Bloodline to be victorious in tag team action. Also, this will probably get moved to the pre-show, so you imagine there wouldn't be a title change at that point. But let's go Duke City Championship Wrestling on being represented at SummerSlam.
Booked Fatu, and then he's wrestling at SummerSlam like 6 weeks later or whatever.
He's a whole-ass hero. He's a real-life hero. I love him so much.
I couldn't agree anymore.
Also, DIY is fine. They're fine.
I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't super care about them. Which is rude because I'm sure they're fine. Logan Paul versus LA Knight for the United States Championship. This one's in Cleveland. Logan Paul is from Ohio. Logan Paul is relatively hated by everyone in the whole world right now.
Yeah, he's an idiot.
Also, on top of that, he's got a baby on the way, boys. So, yeah, he is expecting, also with all of his weird social media stuff going on, I believe what is going to happen is that Logan Paul is going to drop the title to LA Knight. Yeah. And then afterwards, he's going to catch a suspension some way or the other from WWE, and you won't see him until he is a surprise entrant at the Royal Rumble in 2025.
Oh, man, I'd love to see him lose. I didn't like him before all those jerk comments. He sucked long before this.
He's been on that for a minute. Yeah, he's been on that for a minute. Also, he already did the thing. The thing was bring more eyes to the product. Done.
Yeah, now kick him out.
Yeah, get gone and give LA Knight, who's a pretty good wrestler, he's better on the mic, an opportunity to go out there, and be a champ. Also, I'm going to talk about this on Going Over tomorrow morning. I got a little soft spot in my heart right here because I do all these press conferences for WWE.
Yeah.
And I've I'm not exclusively, but I've almost always been the LA Knight interview guy.
Okay.
I'm not going to be there for the payoff. My little heart hurts.
Bummer.
Yeah, I felt like I was part of the story a little bit.
Send him a nice little email. Maybe
shoot him a little texty boy.
Little edible. Send him an edible arrangement. That'd be nice.
Like weed?
No, this time with just fruit. This time,
okay.
Yeah, just fruit.
Isaiah, who do you got in the matchup for the U.S. Championship?
Give me.
Yeah.
Good answer.
Yeah, give me LA Knight. I like your explanation for Logan. The baby aside, what I do think will happen is I think Logan will put on the better performance, but I think LA will win. Logan, he puts on great performances. His WWE matches, like the stunts, the flips he puts on,
Tremendous.
I think he'll awe us the most. But I think LA Knight will get the victory.
Yeah,
Maybe a
LA
missed
Knight
Fox
for
flash.
sure.
What did you say?
LA Knight for sure. If I had a gun with 2 bullets in it and I was in a room with
Here we
Hitler, Mussolini, and Logan Paul,
Yeah.
I'd shoot Logan Paul twice.
It's not fair to Mussolini. One more before we go to the break. I can't believe we didn't get through all of them. Sami Zayn takes on Braun Breaker for the Intercontinental Championship. You remember Sami Zayn was victorious in his hometown of Toronto, Canada, over Braun Breaker earlier this year. This will be number 2 of what will end up being a 3-pack of matches between they. I believe this one will go the way of Braun Breaker, and it remains to be seen on the rubber. Van, how do you feel in Sami Zayn versus Braun Breaker?
Okay, I couldn't pick Sami Zayn out of a lineup, but I know his name, and then I don't know Braun Breaker's name or what he looks like. Give me Sami Zayn.
I did a panel with his uncle Scott Steiner at Comic-Con a couple of weeks ago.
I know Scott Steiner.
Yeah, this is his nephew.
His nephew?
Yeah, it's his nephew.
Oh, shout out, nephew.
He does the Frankensteiner. It's pretty BA.
All right, Sami Zayn still.
All right, wrong answer.
Okay.
Zay?
I'm going against Sami Zayn. You know, one thing about Sami is I assume he can be a nuisance because in the WWE video game, he is antagonist for a majority of the storyline. So I'm pretty sure he's an unlikable guy. So I'm rooting against Sami Zayn.
I mean, I might argue he's the best.
Antagonist?
No, just all time. And also, Braun Breaker is the baddest new thing. And if you allow him to win, but like cheatedly, like Healy, like that's going to be even better. Because right now he's just the toughest dude on the block. And if he can be like the toughest and kind of sniveling dude on the block,
yeah,
I'm very much in. Get this redemption. He can fight Ilya Dragunov for a little while.
What did you say?
Ilya Dragunov, who's a...
Oh, Dragunov.
Yeah.
Never mind.
I see what you did there.
So I see a picture of Braun Breaker, and he's wearing like a high school letterman's jacket.
It's a singlet.
So I'm even more in the corner of Sami Zayn.
When we return from the break, we finished breaking down the SummerSlam card as the best is yet to come, boys. Streaming on live from Safehouse, the intersection of Gold and 7th. Low-key, it's kind of packed in here right now.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
There's like a lot of people here. So if you're trying to be here, you should probably come nowish.
Sure.
Streaming on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal. Back at Safehouse, the intersection of Gold and 7th. You can come hang out with your boys. The place is already packed. Art Walk is tonight. That's going to be a super sweet tonight. Chris Lurick is joining us on the program. Chris, welcome. How are you, my man?
What's up? How are you guys?
We're doing well, my friend. Talking obviously a little bit about Art Walk, talking about what's going on tonight in the world of downtown. And we are having the most fun here at the Safe House. So we were going over the SummerSlam before you sat down with us. But why is Safe House so packed tonight?
It's a Friday night.
That's
what do you
just
mean?
What do you mean? It's always like this.
Well, we got Art Walk. We got some live painting going on. Cocktails all night. It's ready to go.
There you go. Now we know. Now we're up to speed.
How is you breaking into the state of Texas? Seems like you're out every single weekend spreading Teller vodka products all over the state.
Sprinkle a little Teller on them.
It's been pretty good. I mean, this whole last week we've been in San Antonio and Austin, just sampling liquor stores and bars and selling it across the state, trying to get people hydrated.
Hey, living that good life. Living that good life. Talking a little bit about SummerSlam, too. Chris Lurg joins us on that conversation. Now, Chris, you obviously are a big Duke City Championship Wrestling fan.
I am a big fan.
You're not necessarily the biggest WWE fan.
I don't think I've ever seen it. I only know Duke City.
That's super
I
sweet.
rep for
Chris said,
time.
is Hobo Hank in it?
Yeah.
No, don't care.
That's so funny. So this is a little fun story. So Chris came to the last show for Duke City Championship Wrestling at the historic El Rey Theater. And Chris, your knee was the size of a softball.
It was a little fucked up.
It was a little messed up, correct? Yeah. And as you did that, then you enjoyed the night like fully, right? Like it was.
Oh, yeah.
It was one
The
for you.
adrenaline from it.
Yeah.
Sure. The pain went away because you had so much fun at DCC Dub.
So
until I saw you guys later, and then it was hurting again.
But
yeah, I met Chris. He was laying on the ground with his knee elevated. And I thought he was just playing with the dog. I thought he was just petting the dog. I'm like, oh, he's just chilling there.
No, I was in pain. I was suffering.
But our next event is out at the Rio Rancho Event Center. Does Teller Vodka have a relationship with them? Like, what do we got to do to be in the building celebrating locked in at the event center?
I mean, last I was told that it's sold there now, and it's been all over.
Let's go.
Yeah, baby.
I haven't seen it in person until the 31st. When we're there for Hobo Hank.
That's when it's going to be. So it's going to be a lot of pro wrestling fun for us and a little pro wrestling talk right now. You let me know, Chris, if you need an explanation on any who these characters are, okay? So as we move forward down the card, we were talking obviously about the Drew McIntyre, CM Punk, went through Logan Paul, Sami Zayn, and all that. Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley.
I know these two
are facing off. Chris, are you up to speed on they?
The names sound familiar.
They should. Because they are the business, as I recognize the business. This one here is a no-doubter for me. It is going to be a Dominic Mysterio turn over the fan favorite Rhea Ripley, his current love interest, to side with Liv Morgan. It's all been a ploy up until this point. Then he and her will become the power heel couple in all of WWE, and we watch Champion Morgan with her puppy Dominic Mysterio just gallivant around the WWE for all of the fall. Give me Liv Morgan victorious over Rhea Ripley for the Women's Championship.
I'm very well aware of the pitfalls of being a professional wrestler.
Yes.
It's hard on your body. It's hard on your mind. It's hard on your spirit.
Uh-huh.
And I would never want to be a professional wrestler unless I get to be Dominic Mysterio and have these two fight over me. Are you kidding me? What a gig. It doesn't matter who wins. Dominic Mysterio wins.
Oh, I thought that was one of them.
This also, undoubtedly in my mind, is going to be the downfall of the Judgment Day. I believe Damian Priest is going to lose to Gunther later in the night, and I believe that Finn Balor will be a part of that. So you watch Rhea Ripley splinter off. You watch Damian Priest splinter off as he's going to battle with Finn Balor, and Dominic Mysterio is going to become a mega star with Liv Morgan on his side. Isaiah?
I have had a bad issue with picking against people like Liv Morgan, and she is my downfall. So not the downfall of Judgment Day.
Nice.
But girls like Liv Morgan are my downfall, and I'm going Liv. And on top of that, as I'm starting to learn a little bit more about the background of things, I think if Rhea wins this match, then it almost puts a stake in this whole like feud. Like, I don't know if I'm right or wrong, but I feel like if Rhea Ripley was to win this match and, beat Liv Morgan, then there would be a lot of like tension cut and this whole little feud would almost be over. So I think in order for them to keep it going, you got to have Liv win. And I think Rhea's revenge will have to wait.
Comeback story.
Okay. I like a good redemption arc.
Damian Priest will take on Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship. This has been the most boring of builds as I have seen. Gunther feels like a broken record to me. Damian Priest is bigger than the group that he is currently running with, which is the Judgment Day. Look for Finn Balor to quote-unquote try to assist but cause the downfall. Then look for Finn Balor to play like a sorry role for some time until it was me, Priest. It was me all along. It'll be Gunther victorious over Damian Priest. He will become the world champion at SummerSlam, and Damian Priest and Finn Balor will rip the Judgment Day apart, boys.
Zay?
I'm going to say Gunther. Now, I don't know too much. You said the build-up was boring.
Yeah.
I've heard that Gunther is actually a very good wrestler to be in the ring with. I heard he's very smooth with all of his moves. I heard he performs well.
Yeah, I'd say
he doesn't really. So I think that, I don't know, maybe he gets a reward for that, and I think he's more trusted. So I think maybe they give him the
strap. Let him run around with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree completely. Van?
I was at the Royal Rumble, and Gunther was in the ring for like 3 hours.
1 hour, yeah.
And unmatched stamina I've never seen before in my life. So I cannot go against Gunther. What is he,
He's
German or something?
He's got to be.
He is something. Chris, who do you got?
Oh, man, just listening, it's got to be Gunther. He sounds like the man.
He is the one.
Gunther reminds me of that other guy. Who was it? Fred, you would know. He had he had an odd hairline. He would always headbutt people. He'd come out with just the red uniform on. He's very similar to Gunther. And he came out just a huge mammoth of a man, similar to Gunther. No, not Kane. It's another guy who had short hair. He was like a Russian dude. He had the whole Russian thing going. And he just would come out like a mean mugging people and headbutt you. No, I'm losing you.
You're gonna have to do some Googling on that one, brother.
Okay, yeah. I'll do it for you.
The list of evil Russians is different than the list of evil Germans.
Was he wrestling in between 1988 and 1992?
Nah, this is
I don't know
within the last. This is like 10 years ago.
So not the Iron Sheik. Got it.
Okay.
No.
The Iron Curtain.
No.
Bayley versus Nia Jax for the women's championship. Long time coming for Nia Jax to be victorious over Bayley. This back and forth goes back about 10 years, boys. They're two of the top ladies in it. Also, it's better when the heel has the chip. She will have the chip. Also, like, she's a big gal. She's a big, strong gal.
Yeah.
She's the prettiest in the world, and I think it's easy to put a title on her. Also, look for Tiffany Stratton, who carries Money in the Bank, to be nearby the entire time, and she's going to be a pest for the months to come as she pledges her allegiance to Nia Jax, and you watch that allegiance just drain leading up to Survivor Series in the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, Nia Jax, she's a sturdy gal.
You know it's Nia.
Yeah, she is. Is it really? News to me. So, anyways, Nia Jax, she's a sturdy gal. Like she's strong with plow.
Yeah.
So I gotta give it to the one who's more affected by gravity.
Okay.
She's got a stronger center.
Not Bayley.
Give me Nia.
Nia again.
What? Who?
Isaiah.
Nia.
Nia. So number one, I'm taking Nia.
All right. Again, it's Nia.
Number two, Nia.
Yep.
The wrestler's name was Vladimir Kozlov.
That was not 10 years ago.
Okay.
Was it more recent? How long ago?
No, that's that goes way back.
Because he's 45. I remember watching
Kozlov.
That's exact. He looks exactly how that sounded. And I was going to say Gunther looks like he should have this guy's last name. Vladimir Kozlov.
They're cousins.
Has anyone seen?
Would shock me at all.
Anyone seen Nia Jax and Lizzo in the room at the same time?
No, I haven't.
No, they're not the same.
Well,
she's Samoan.
Well,
Wait,
prove
Nia?
it.
Again,
Vladimir is Ukrainian.
20 years ago, he was in.
Dang,
that's crazy.
I remember watching this guy. He's versus Undertaker.
Yeah, 2008. You're right. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so you have Bailey winning. That's a stupid answer. Chris?
I said Mia.
Yeah.
It's
Maya?
Tiffy time,
Mia?
boys. It's
Maya?
Tiffy time.
One of them.
Look for Tiffany Stratton and her money in the bank
Someone.
to be very present. And finally, as you guys have completely derailed my SummerSlam, the champion, Cody Rhodes versus Solo Sikoa, the undisputed WWE Championship, boys. I do not think that our hero, our savior, Cody Rhodes, will fall to Solo Sikoa. Also look for the return of Jimmy Uso, as he will draw a line in the sand that the bloodline resides over. His outside interference will propel Cody Rhodes to a championship. And oh, the chaos that will ensue.
Sure.
Wrap up a good show there, Van.
This is one of the ones where our boy Jacob Fatu, he's going to make his presence felt.
Very much so.
He has to jump out and do some cheatery, right?
Yeah, that's his
They
thing.
got to jump out here and throw a monkey wrench into this mother.
Little flying headbutt for sure. You will see that.
I'm in for that.
Isaiah?
I'm not going to bet against the Fatu.
That's
Yeah, smart. Very
I'm
smart.
not. I already saw his brother Journey.
That's a big boy.
Yeah, he was actually, as I went down to say goodbye to you, I was walking back up the stairs. He was behind me. So let me go ahead and hurry up and speed walk out his way.
Yeah.
Chris, your final thoughts on SummerSlam?
Hobo Hank's gonna win it all.
He's
Yeah.
not. He's not. a
One
part of
day,
it.
one day.
Hot damn! Here comes Hobo Hank with the steel chair.
The armpit.
Chris,
Yeah.
Chris, what are the Safe House hours this weekend?
5 to midnight every Friday and Saturday.
That's super sweet. Where can I get Teller vodka?
All over the state, and now Texas and Colorado shipping in like a week.
I had Teller vodka today at lunch over at the range.
Nice.
That was my lunch.
Hey, liquid lunch. It's Friday.
It was Friday.
Vodka's keto, baby.
I'm keto now.
Oh, see, and we're gluten free, GMO free. You're ready to go.
Ah, so gluten is real. What do you know?
It's 2 Men on live from Safe House, 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal. Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to 2 Men On right here from Safehouse Distilling, the intersection of Gold and 7th. We're having a lot of fun hanging out with a ton of friends of the show, so thank you to everyone coming out. Aaron Judge, you familiar?
Kid can ball.
Well, he's been drawn into an episode of Paw Patrol, and that's coming out on August the 26th.
Oh, that one came out of nowhere. I did not hear this one.
So he's making his Nickelodeon debut in an episode of Paw Patrol on Monday, August the 26th.
Bootlicker.
Did not talk to you guys before this, but I thought I would do it now. Hey, was there like a special like sports tied at like cartoons when you were a kid where you were like, this is the coolest thing ever?
Oh, I mean, the Simpsons softball team, right?
I think that's a really good answer.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest one that stood out to me when I was a kid.
There was, when I was a kid, there was this cartoon called Pro Stars. Do you remember this? It was Wayne Gretzky, Michael Jordan, and I think Bo Jackson.
That is not ringing a bell.
So there was only like 13 episodes of it. It was like a one season run thing called, and it was an NBC thing. It would have been 91, so I would have been 5 or 6. But it was Pro Stars, and it was the best thing I ever saw. Michael Jordan, Wayne Gretzky, Bo Jackson, and they had to battle like evil forces, including like Big Brother and dragons.
Whoever made this 100% made Captain Planet. That is the exact same cartoon. I'm looking at the animation. That's Captain Planet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember this.
I want a Pro Stars t-shirt. The show was sweet. Ooh. Anything in your world, Isaiah?
Sports. I gotta say, I remember mentioning this song before on the show, and I know you didn't remember it, Fred, or recognize it. I don't know, Van, you might. What about "Sweet Victory" by SpongeBob? It's one of the greatest songs.
Were there any athletes in it? I think it's just like
actual.
It's just like a jock jam.
Yeah, it's like a cartoon. Well, it was like an Olympic game type thing or whatever. But like there wasn't any actual real athletes in it. I can't remember any athletes being cartoonized. Unless it was like the Puppet Series commercials.
Also, I've been corrected. It's not Paw Patrol. It's Rubble and Crew, which I believe is a spinoff.
That's a spinoff.
Like Frasier.
Yeah, I have a niece, so I know that Rubble is one of the characters. Rubble's the construction worker.
All right, well, it's his episode.
Okay. That's awesome.
Athletes weren't really focused on commercials. They were all advertising drinking cow milk.
I remember when Kareem, that was a big campaign. Do you remember when Kareem Abdul-Jabbar showed up on Full House?
Oh, God, I don't.
Why do I?
Yeah, I don't.
The 90s were the best.
Only Kareem Abdul-Jabbar appearance I remember is Lieutenant Murdoch on Airplane, or Captain Murdoch on Airplane.
I definitely woke up at like 1 a.m. one day on the couch, saw Kareem on Full House.
I feel like there was a bunch of those like culture 90s shows that had a bunch of athletes. Like I feel like Martin had a bunch of like
he did
athletes.
The TV show Martin? Yeah. Oh, hell yes.
That's what I'm saying.
That show is.
It wasn't good. Don't act like it was.
Oh, you gotta catch a hold of it. Once you get going with it, and once they get you in the humor cycle, you're stuck. But if you don't get the humor, you're gonna like be confused.
What was homegirl's name? Shanae? Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Shanae, and then the neighbor. Oh, I can't remember the neighbor.
The big boy
who talks super slow.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
The guy just walks in through the window.
He was like Black Ray Romano.
Yes.
Black the neighbor.
So I was giving Van a chance to say Wade Boggs and It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, but you didn't do it.
Well, here's the problem. You started off with cartoons.
Okay.
I didn't segue into television yet. But yeah, that would have been my number one answer.
Griffey Jr. on.
By the way, rest in power.
Yeah, he's
Wade
not
Boggs.
dead. He's not dead. The King Griffey Jr. on Fresh
Again,
Prince.
Wade Boggs is very much alive. Go on.
Was there a Curb Your Enthusiasm episode with Shaq?
That seems insanely likely.
Yeah. There's a bunch of these really good. Oh, Keith Hernandez and Seinfeld.
Oh, strong. Yep. That's strong.
Famed St. Louis Cardinal Keith Hernandez. Bill Buckner was definitely in Curb Your Enthusiasm. They had an whole episode.
Marshawn was on Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I remember that episode.
I think Detlef Shrimp was in.
I binged that during COVID.
Parks and Rec.
Marshawn.
The League had a bunch of guys.
Oh, the league had like one every episode.
Yeah, that was super good.
Shaq was in Curb Your Enthusiasm.
He was. And I think his
There we
running
go.
mate, Kobe, was in Modern Family.
Oh, that's
Really?
awesome. I didn't
Yeah.
know that one.
Dwayne Johnson hopped on that 70s show.
I mean, Parks and Rec was Pawnee, Indiana, I think, and they were all Colts fans.
Yeah.
And Andrew Luck and Reggie Wayne was on one of those episodes.
Really?
Remember that one? Yeah, the what was his name?
Yeah,
Chris
it's
Pratt's
just-
character.
It didn't matter. But
Yeah, whatever it is. Chris Pratt was like the biggest Colts fan, and he won a thing and got to play catch with Andrew Luck and Reggie Wayne.
Derek Jeter and Bernie Williams hopped on Seinfeld.
Yeah, they definitely did do that. I remember Kareem Abdul-Jabbar did an episode of Dave, and I like Dave. So
Oh, I forgot about
Yeah,
that.
'cause
That's so good.
he was like the sage old man on the park bench.
Yeah.
You mentioned that Simpsons episode. That was a big one. I mean, there's just athletes do a good job in stuff. St. Louis native Ryan Howard did an episode of The Office, but he wasn't Ryan Howard. He just played like an interviewee to like run The Office. And you're like, that's weird.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
It's funny you say that because I just found an article that has athletes that actually played themselves. And the first one was Dan Marino and Ace Ventura, Pet Detective.
Good answer. Yeah, that's a very good one.
And then Alice the MJ in Space Jam. LeBron in Trainwreck. How come I don't remember that one too?
He was really good. So he was dating Amy Schumer.
Yeah, the problem was no one watched it.
And
no one got a chance to see LeBron.
It wasn't
James.
believable. And then why would they date? When we get back
Right.
from the break, it's today's I-9 varsity. The I-9 varsity of, what did I write down here? Worst tarot cards.
Okay.
Yeah.
The
Seems
I-9
like 2 days
varsity
ago.
Of tarot cards. 95.9 FM and AM 610. The sports animal. Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to 2 Men On right here on the Sports Animal. We're live from Safehouse, the intersection of Gold and 7th. Come hang out with your boys. They got an art class tonight, man.
We sure do.
They have a model.
Yeah, you get to draw a human.
There's a live human model here, Zay.
Is it big?
It's
hard to draw it, or is it like a piece of paper size?
It's you're talking about the canvas.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like I think you can draw any size that you wish. The model is
BYOC.
The model's very petite, and also
use your imagination.
Yeah, if you're coming thinking that you're going to draw clothes on a model, that's probably going to confuse you a little bit.
I mean, you could draw them however you'd like.
Yeah,
but it's not necessary.
There's not going to be an example of there's no. It's a new. Come down to Safehouse. You'll see. It's wild. It's actually kind of wild. So there you go. All right, Van. It's the I-9 Varsity, the I-9 Varsity of Tarot Cards.
Okay.
League Office 280 at i9sports.com, 505-312-4999. Reach out to I-9 Sports. Get your kids set up for flag football, soccer, baseball, and volleyball.
And this is in honor of us telling Isaiah to avoid women with henna tattoos.
Yes.
Because it's a slippery slope to tarot cards.
Would you like me to go first?
Go ahead, buddy.
All right, I'm going to go with my Ryan Theriot rookie card.
Okay.
And it's my favorite Ryan Theriot card.
Yeah.
Obviously went to LSU. A lot of success with the Cubs and the Cardinals. But give me the Riot, Ryan Theriot.
Good start.
Thank you.
Yeah, good start. Zay?
The Upside Down Death Star.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
Oh, no. That means your relationship's over.
can be interpreted as stagnation and the inability to move or change. So not a good one to get.
Oh,
also
man.
confirms that the card I was referring to is not that one.
Okay.
But that one's still a heavy one.
All right, first on my I-9 Varsity of Tarot cards.
Before Van gives his answer, and I might usually want to talk about visual stuff on the show. So Van has zero sort of like social awareness. And maybe 2 hours ago, Van, maybe 2.5, they unlocked both the front doors here at Safehouse. But Van wasn't paying any attention to this. So when people come to the very functional door, he directs them to use a different door. And he just did that moments ago as a person was able to open a completely functional door, walk through it the way a pedestrian would. But because Van lives in a bubble of his own self-importance,
correct,
he tried to direct them towards a different door due to his relative lack of understanding of his basic surroundings.
Well, let me counter that with the gentleman's basic lack of understanding how doors work. He was pushing, and I thought he was pulling.
Also, it was a lady.
Okay, well.
So this is even worse on the lack of perception.
They got my back to him, so choose your own adventure, whatever. Okay. They were pushing when they should have been pulling, and I thought the door was locked. I was trying to be a helper, which I often am. Didn't really matter in that moment.
No, looked a fool.
Not so much.
There we go.
First on my I-9 Varsity of Tarot cards, you know that one tarot card that's got that thing on it, and then
yep,
that thing tells you that the stuff's coming. That one. First on my I-9 Varsity of Tarot cards, it's got the one with the stuff on it.
Good answer.
Thank you.
Now, I told you about Ryan Theriot's rookie Cubs card.
Yes.
That was a good card. Now, what about Ryan Theriot when he was with the Cardinals?
Whoa.
Yeah, so give me that card. Ryan Theriot, the one where he's in his batting stance looking right at the camera.
What happens if that Theriot card is turned upside down, like Isaiah's Death Star?
He ends up with the Dodgers. Possible spoiler on my next one.
Okay.
Isaiah?
All right, I'm going to go the Four of Pentacles.
Oh, no.
That one sounds awful.
Let me Google something real quick.
It says it's not always a bad card. It can simply be the person as a saver rather than a spender, or a person who values and seeks security. So I would like to pull this card so I can save some of my money.
Now
it's basically saying that you're hoarding your money.
Pentacles is when an octopus gets in a really bad accident and there's only 5 left, right? That's a pentacle. Is that right?
So the 4 of Pentacles van is represented by a greedy pig in front of the state capitol building. I'm not joking. And standing atop multiple and what are those stars called that you draw on the ground whenever you do a seance? Pentacles.
A pentagram?
That's what he's holding. He's juggling them. It's actually terrifying.
My goodness.
Isaiah has picked a very terrifying one.
Spooky.
Yeah.
That's so
Well,
spooky.
I think heavy on the greedy pig. Maybe that's why they're like you hoard everything. You don't want to, you just save and keep everything.
It's a green-eyed pig. It is terrifying looking.
That's a bummer.
Yeah. Van?
Next on my I-9 Varsity of tarot cards, you know the tarot cards that it's got the shapes on it.
Mm-hmm.
Then when you get the card, it means the thing is gonna happen. You know that one? Next on my I-9 Varsity, it's the card that's got the shapes on it.
Now, what's the layout? Is it like what's the spread?
It's got like some stuff on it.
Okay. Ryan Terrio with the Giants.
Oh,
Van.
okay.
Yeah, put him on the list.
Kid got around.
Yeah, he played for a couple teams. He played for a couple teams in his Major League Baseball career. So give me Ryan Terrio with the Giants, also the Dodgers, also Cleveland. Give me all the Ryan Terrio cards.
Okay, some good ones.
Nice.
Isaiah?
Not better than my next one.
Okay.
This one is.
I'm honestly scared.
Nah, don't be. I mean, you could be scared because this is the Pikachu tarot card.
Oh.
Means you're electric.
Dang.
And I hope that Fred's Googling this as I just created this tarot card.
Okay, got it.
It's electric.
Woogie. Yeah, it means the sun. Looking at it right here. How incredible.
Dang, brother. Dang.
Yeah.
Possibly lastly, I'm not sure how far we're taking this.
But we're close to break.
On my I-9 Varsity of tarot cards.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, you know that tarot card that's got the people on it?
All right, tarot card with people.
And
Yeah.
it's got, when you get the card, it tells you that the thing is going to happen.
Okay.
When you get the
How
card
many people?
with the people on it.
How many are on there?
Whatever. 2. Let's call
With
it 2.
two people. Yeah.
It's got the one with 2 people on it.
The two of cups is what you're talking about.
Probably.
Could be the lovers. Are you talking about the lovers?
Yeah, sure.
The major arcana card and the 7th card of the tarot deck. It represents love, deep connection, and attraction. It can also embody the idea of unconditional love and twin flames.
Dang.
Don't talk to me about twin flames, brother.
Uh-oh.
Is that what you're talking about? The two of cups?
Twin Flames is Ryan Terrio's nickname when he played with Craig Counsell.
Why that part? Craig Counsell played for the Brewers, and Ryan Terrio did not.
I was just playing the odds here. I figured he played with him.
Are you thinking Mark DeRosa?
Oh, often I am.
Yeah, that's
quite often.
That's a go-to.
Yeah, I always.
Deep cutter right there.
You know Van. Oh, the guy that's always thinking about Mark DeRosa? Yeah, him.
You know Mark DeRosa, everything he shoots, it goes.
Yeah.
Well,
that was a really tight on that one.
Marcus of the Rose.
Yeah. I'm out of tarot cards.
You done?
Yeah,
You're out. You're out. How could you be out? There's so many in the deck.
Oh, all right. Yeah, go ahead and run us out with them, Isaiah.
I will. The 3 of Wands.
Okay.
This is a card. This is a card about success. A man stands on a high cliff watching ships sail below. His ships are about to come in, and so very likely are yours. This card is telling you to feel good about your accomplishments, boys, whether those have to do with business, money, spirituality, career, health, or relationships. And if the accomplishments are not yet manifested, don't despair. Instead, prepare.
Well, it's too bad.
It's only guys named Juan, or this applies to everyone?
3 of
This
Wands.
applies to whoever picks the card.
Damn it, Van.
Okay.
Isaiah back at the studio.
take your cold showers. The friends of the show got cold shower facts today.
Weird. Van,
Yeah.
final words.
What a day at Safehouse. So stoked for the second episode of Fill in the Holes tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock right here on the Sports Animal. And you know what, boys? Why don't you go ahead and check out the opening drive Monday morning?
Going overs tomorrow at 9 a.m.
Hey, right after our show.
It'll be a lot of fun.
That's awesome.
For everyone here at Safehouse. Good job, everyone. Keep breathing.
See you next week.